NUFC Early Night News with Gary DeJordy Yum Yum, Andrew Boki, Christina Cage, and Derek the Mighty Wind. Weekdays from 8 p.m. UK, 2 p.m. USA. NUFC Talk.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Welcome back to NUFC Talk TV. This afternoon, starting from 8, ending at 11, we've got a lot to talk about. 9:30, Chris Buggy and the gang will be taking us through some of the latest news involving NUFC, but in the early show, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. And joining me this fine evening is the Mighty Wind, Christina Cage, and DXK. How are we all doing?
Well, it's been fine all day, but it just started raining.
Oh, don't say that.
Shocking.
I got caught in a bit of a storm earlier. It was horrible in Grey Park.
I was going to say it was thunder and lightning earlier on.
Oh, sugar.
All good though.
You're saying you were Great Park and it was thunder and lightning?
I never got the thunder and lightning, to be fair, but when I was at work, it was.
I think it was Tina had the thunder and lightning.
Very heavy, wasn't it? Well,
yeah.
What I saw.
Oh, well.
But either way, lovely stuff. As I
anyway,
mentioned,
that's the weather done for you.
That's the weather report.
Back on the news. But we do, as I said, looking to do something a little bit different. Yearly night news shows. Going to be all about the Newcastle United squad, doing a deep dive into the positions and answering the questions of what actually do Newcastle United need this summer. And before I get started, hello to everyone in the chat, making yourselves known nice and early into the broadcast this evening. Not going to be talking exact players, not going to be talking the rumours doing the rounds on this Tuesday evening, but the squad itself, now that Newcastle United at the weekend confirmed it will just be playing one game a week next season. So, question I'm going to ask to start off, BX, I'll start with you, mate. When you look at this Newcastle United squad, is it one that with one game a week is closer than people think, or do you think there's still plenty of work that needs done?
Oh, there's still plenty of work because we've got players who are on the decline all over the pitch, and some of them never reached the incline stage. But yeah, there's some players there that I think are probably going to need replacing. Some that will definitely need replacing. We can see what's going on with Anthony Gordon. Trips is on the way out. These goalkeepers are not up to par. I think what worries me a little bit is if we do too much in the window, if we get too busy, then we could end up having another transitional season, because if you bring in 10 players, 11 players, it's very seldom that a club does that much business and then suddenly fights for the title. You're normally nearer the other end of the table. So I think, yeah, it's... I worked out the minimum we could probably get away with is 6 signings, and that's if we don't replace a right winger, and we don't bring in another striker.
Even if we don't do the necessities, we're still going to need a lot more players than what Eddie Howe probably wants. After the comments he made the other day about too many players potentially coming into the first team in the summer, potentially being a bit of a disruption. Christina, what do you think? Is it a wide scale changes needed for one game a week, or is this squad closer than you think other people think?
I mean, I think for one game a week, we're probably not like a million miles off. I mean, if you look at some of the performances since we've came down to one game per week, I think we've definitely seen an uptick in actual performance. We definitely need certain players. I mean, I think we need somebody to maybe be that creative sparkle. I was saying yesterday that like between Ramsey and Bruno, we've probably got what we need in midfield, but looking at other areas, you've got, I mean, potentially, a left winger is definitely going to be needed. We're definitely going to need at least 2 right backs.
You think 2?
Definitely. What?
You think 2? Do you think Tino will go then?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I think
I've kind of accepted that Tino Livramento was going to go.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then we just need one. But I feel it's pretty much like it feels like it's kind of happening. Like the last couple of performances from him haven't been up to his usual standards. But maybe there's underlying things for that. I think we would definitely need a goalkeeper, Probably need another centre back. So there's areas of the pitch where we need to strengthen. I still think that we need a number 6, but as far as like one game per week, could we still have like a Champions League position chasing season with what we've got at the moment? Except for what we're going to be losing in the summer. Yeah, well, I don't think we're a million miles off it.
So I think goalkeeper is really a key position. I think we need to upgrade and get a number 1, a definite number 1 in. That's just that'll be my main position. I know a lot of people say that outfield is more important, but I think goalkeeper kind of sets your team, really sets the standard. And I think the best teams we've had, well, I'll say that Hislop and Cernicek weren't great goalkeepers, but Shea Given was obviously a great goalkeeper for us. So, and you see Schmeichel probably won them Man United the league when we should have won it. 12 points clear, he's probably the main, him and Cantona. So yeah, I think that would be my main priority: get a top goalkeeper and someone young.
Yeah,
I would just take a bit of issue with you with saying that if you have wholesale changes, it generally results in poor performances. And I would point you to, for example, Forest, the season before this, when they had wholesale changes forced upon them, obviously, but nonetheless, the best season for God knows how long, and indeed our neighbours.
No, but with Forest, though, it was their first season when they signed 24 players. That's when they were 17th. It was the year after that the players had bedded in a bit, and they took a gamble, didn't they? They took a gamble. I think it took them 3 seasons to get 7th place.
I'm not sure about that. I think was it not the...
It wasn't their first season, but Sunderland's a good example. Yeah, you're right. That's
because they did the same. They brought in wholesale changes and hardly household names. I hadn't heard of any of them, to be fair, and they are doing okay, unfortunately. So I'm not really fazed by bringing in a lot of players. It's all down to the quality of those players, I think.
Yeah, and let's be honest, the budget might not be massive, but it doesn't really need to be if you're filling in, let's say, replacing the likes of Emil Kraft, etc. When you're saying sorry, go on.
Target.
Well, all I would say is that the one thing I do want to see is not buying players to replace Kraft. I want the budget spent on first team ready players. And if that means fewer of them, so be it. Eddie's going to have to learn to use the kids a bit more.
Well, at least the kids are starting to look quite good, aren't they? Who's the centre back? He's got quite a long name. We signed him from Charlton. Yulin.
It's not Catherine, and that's someone else. I'm thinking. I know who you're on about.
He looks really good. I've seen clips of him. I think, God, he's only just turned 16.
I think that's expecting far too much to be, especially for a
but it's just an example of, I think, these kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the kids they've won the under-14 tournament, they've won the under-17 tournament.
Yeah, there's some talent
been involved in against good clubs.
Yeah.
But they are going to take probably 4 years minimum, I would say, to come to fruition. There's 1 or 2 promising under-21s, which who are the ones we're looking, hoping to maybe be their breakthrough season. The likes of Shahar and Neve, who've been on the bench on numerous occasions now. And then, everybody's got their fingers crossed for Park Sung-soo. Hoping we're going to get a Southeast Asian gold mine on our hands. But I just think whoever we're saying needs to be, ready to be Champions League challenging standard.
Yeah, I'd like the last 2 games to almost be used a little bit to bed in a couple of the kids, because I think we got nothing to really. Okay, we could lose 2 places in the league, but it's not really life changing. I just think we need to. We did it with Miley, didn't we? That season, last game we put him in when he was 17. Yeah. I think there's 1 or 2 that I would like to see Sean Neve get half an hour or something. Just give them a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And just we'll talk about some players coming in there. Obviously, don't want to go too much into individuals who could come in, but we're talking about players who could potentially be Champions League quality. We have seen from numerous sides who have signed players who've been relegated. I mean, we've had a couple of them: Musa Sissoko, Wijnaldum. Those two went on to play Champions League final against each other. Here is some of the names that I currently have for wins put together to who are, to be honest, the creme de la creme of the teams down at the bottom. Is there any? I'll go through them just quickly there. But Mateus Fernandes at West Ham, Hannibal Medri at Burnley, Crescencio Somerville at West Ham, Mohamed Kudus at Tottenham. Obviously, Somerville and Kudus won't be available, but one of them definitely will. João Gomez, Mateus Mane, Xavi Simons at Tottenham, who's just picked up that injury, but still might be available at the end of the summer window, and Spurs will want to get their money back if they do go down. Andre, Hugo Bueno, and Lucas Bergvall. So there's some of the top players there from those relegated clubs.
And specifically 25 or under.
Specifically 25 and under as well.
And the rating on the side there is from the Fanalysis app, which is a new one that's just started, but it's already got nearly 100,000 subs.
Wow.
And they are as voted for by fans of their own teams. So in other words, the West Ham ratings are given by West Ham fans. And just out of interest, because he obviously isn't there because he's over 25, but Bowen wasn't even in the top 5 West Ham fans player ratings.
Weird.
See, for me, when you look at relegated players, he's the one for me. Sorry, Dix.
No, I thought it was FIFA. I thought you put the FIFA rankings on. No, there's a player on the list, not on the list, that I'd like, and that's Archie Gray. He's the one I would love to bring in. I think he's about 18, isn't
he? Just out of interest, the Fanalysis Newcastle ratings for the season have got Bruno at 73, Miley at 72, along with Hall at 72, J7, Chow, and Tonali on 68, and Botman on 66, and Ramsdale, surprisingly, on 64.
That's weird.
Do we think Ramsdale's high?
They are pretty damn accurate, I would say. As if you took a straw poll of Newcastle fans doing Player of the Season and things, that they are there or thereabouts. So I think these ratings are pretty accurate.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. Botman's had some fantastic games. Tonali and Joe Linton always going to be, Tana Hall and Gomes as well are always going to be up there. Miley's the youngin who everyone loves at the minute, and Malik Chow is a new signing. Is embedded in it better than any new sign I've seen at Newcastle in a long time. I think that just tells you the obvious need for, there's none of the names you mentioned there were wingers or strikers, were they? So
you had Kudus and Somerville.
No, I'm saying in the Newcastle list.
Oh, no.
I mean, you could pretty much rebuild our team with this list. I mean, I want Somerville anyway. I'd absolutely take Hugo Bueno. I think either Mane or Xavi Simons would be fantastic inclusions. I know Xavi's kind of dropped off a little bit this season because of his performances for Tottenham, but I wanted him before Tottenham signed him. So there's definitely players there who I would take, and I think if we took like 3 names off that list, I would probably be quite happy with that. Add an extra right back, and we've probably got the makings of a decent team, and a goalkeeper, like Whistler or I guess Trafford if we've got to have Trafford. Like,
you don't like him, do you?
I'm not as keen on him as everybody else is. I tell you what I would take though, Trafford and Pickford as for 1 and 2.
Well, yeah. Well, Pickford is number 2.
Yeah.
Just leave him a rot in the reserves.
Just out of interest, there's only one Burnley player in there, and that is Medjbury, and he's not the winger that we are apparently going after.
No, Jaden Anthony is
like some Jedi mind tricks there, wasn't it? This isn't the winger you're looking for.
Just Proseg in there, by the way, as well. Gifted one membership.
And it has gone to kind of phrase. To kind of phrase, I'm ashamed on your behalf. Are you not a member yet? That's
he is now.
Well, they are now.
They are now, yeah.
Thanks to Prosaic. Thank you very much, buddy, for the gift of membership. As always, top legend on this channel. Should be in that little section I have. Hang on, let me just work it out. About here. That bogey and everyone does, but it's too technical for me. In fact, it already is on wins. I can see in the corner there. Lovely stuff, and thank you again for the gift of membership. And we're talking about Jade and Anthony there. RSL saying you need to be linked to better players than Burnley left wingers to replace Gordon for a start. And then Harpal just go, just who we are, Mike. Cheeky bid for Broya incoming as well. To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me. But the players we're linked with are very unlikely, in my opinion, to be the players we actually sign at this point. We know that Newcastle's business is a little bit more under wraps. So when we see ourselves linked with these, players that maybe you wouldn't want in the squad, let's not panic just yet. So just go through some of the chats we've had in the opening 20 minutes as well. You'll be banking on having a smaller squad for one game a week. This is what I'm sort of hoping for now when I'll be going through the squad per position. We'll sort of take that into consideration as well. Brian Penny saying we need relegation battle-hardened players to fight tooth and nail, unlike Voltamada, Alanga and Wissa. And to be fair, you could see some of the names on the side here, or on the left of us, could be those battle-hardened players that we talk about, because some young names in there, but you know they're going to fight for you. Two Cody Phrase, new member to the channel as well, saying we need another left back. Is that because Lewis Hall's going to be playing right back, or is it the backup for Matt Target?
Yeah.
And then finishing off RSL saying Bergval is very solid, will be really good in a few years. Completely agree, and with DX saying Archie Gray in there as well. If Spurs stay up, they've got two future brilliant players in that defensive midfield area. With those
They've got a
two.
good young squad, really, but they just haven't performed. That's all.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
They've had injuries.
they've had the same sort of injury season.
They've been decimated.
That we had in 23-24.
Yeah, they all seem to be decimated by injuries now. It's insane.
This is the only chance to get them relegated. I think this will never come around again if it doesn't happen this time.
Yeah. We definitely need. To be honest, I've seen a fair few people saying that some Newcastle fans saying they want to lose against West Ham. Just
a couple of channels saying it.
Yeah, I'll never say that. I physically can't. It's not within my being. But
I mean, if we happen to put all the under 18s out, that's just the way it goes, We could do what Villa did.
Leo Shahar.
Yeah, let's do what Villa did to Tottenham the other week.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well for them as well.
That,
You'd be pleased to see all the kids play, though, right?
I would like to see that out of the lot of them, I think Fox Sung's the one that I got so excited when we did the pre-season tour last year. He was the one shining light to come out of the whole 8 games or whatever it was.
Yeah, there wasn't much at all that was good, was there?
Was it Mills who was training with us in the Champions League, training with the first team? Was it Mills? Michael Mills, like one of the midfield players, was training. One of the youngsters, he was about 16. He was training with the first team about 2 or 3 months ago.
I'm not sure.
Can't remember if it was Mills or something. But anyway, that guy, maybe he's the one next in line to get a little call up. You never know.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, there's a lot of players who definitely could. And Gavin makes a good point also, the counter-argument for the relegation battles as well. We'll end up fighting relegation every year because we aren't attracting up-and-coming technical players like Voltamada. Interestingly enough, to be honest, I would actually say some of the names in there are just as technical as Voltamada. But obviously, you never actually know if we're going to be attractive to those kinds of players. So I'm gonna just sort this out. Okay, so there we go. So what I'm sharing right now is a little bit of a tier list. So everyone knows already I love a tier list. But positions Newcastle United need to sign next summer. I'm gonna go through basically position by position. I'm going to ask you what your thoughts are on what we currently have and how much we need to bring a player in that position this summer. And hopefully we'll come up with something that works for Newcastle, because there's a lot of players that need signed. DX, you mentioned a goalkeeper, so we'll start off there. What are your thoughts? 2 goalkeepers, 1, and where does it fit in this tier list?
I think it might be too much to ask for 2 goalkeepers, and I don't want us to buy Ramsdale because I don't feel like he has presence. I think he's got negative aura. So I think I would say must fix immediately. That would be
I respect the wording. Sorry.
No, I think must fix immediately would be my thing for the goalkeeper, because we need to get a number 1 goalkeeper, and we've probably needed that as we've tried to sign Trafford for a couple of years. So yeah, that would be right up there for me. I don't know if the others agree, but then and I'd keep Pope as number 2 if we have to keep someone, because then it'd be negligible the amount of money we're going to get for him, or get Dubravka back if he's on a free as number 2.
So which tier are you putting goalkeeper into?
Must fix immediately. That's where I'd put it.
Right.
Wayne, do you disagree?
Yeah, I think we've got bigger problems than just goalkeeper. Although I do agree that a goalkeeper can get you 6-7 points a season,
More
if
than
not more. However, I would say upgrade one as opposed to must fix immediately, depending on the budget, of course.
Yeah, obviously we don't know what the actual transfer budget is on a keeper this summer. Christina, what do you think? Is a goalkeeper in must fix immediately, or do you think the money would be better spent elsewhere?
I would say must fix immediately. I would put it S tier.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we've dropped a lot of goals because of clangers from Pope. Ramsdale's not worth the money that we'd be paying him in wages. I mean, I'd keep Pope for the lols, but that's not a good reason to have a goalkeeper. Like, you don't just want to, let's play him for a laugh. You only want to do that, like, if you're already winning, like, 6-0 or something, like, the Carabao game. But yeah, definitely, we need a proper number 1, a proper goalkeeper who we can depend on and who can maybe, organise the defence a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So the keeper will go into must fix it immediately, apparently. Must.
It's easy for you to say.
It is indeed. There we go. So we're going to have to do this. There we are. Well, that's not working. That's brilliant. Anyway, I'll fix that in a moment. I'll fix that in a moment. It was working before. But we'll go through some of the chats that we have in there. Keep Pope, RSL saying, keep Pope as a backup, buy a quality starter, and let Ramsdale go back.
Just out of interest, do we think Pope would be happy?
Do we care?
Well,
I don't, to be honest.
I think the thing is, Ramsdale wouldn't be happy if you said we're going to sign you as backup. I think he would say, no, I'm not doing that again. So I think you've got more chance of just saying, well, you're under contract, Pope. You have to fight for your place, while secretly thinking, right, you're probably not going to play if the other guy's fit.
Yeah, I definitely don't think either of them will want to be number 2, which is unfortunately why I think we might have to sign 2. But at the same time, I think we're looking at it. If you bring in someone and say to Nick Pope, look, you're going to be fighting for your position with him, then I think you maybe hold off on buying that second goalkeeper for another season. So goalkeeper in there at must fix immediately. Now saying we can't keep pushing this goalkeeper issue down the road. Or still saying we should have got Kelleher for 18 million, like I said months ago. Yeah, it seems like
there's been a few. There's a few have changed hands recently that you could argue would have been an upgrade. Henderson for one.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Verbruggen's one that we are very keen on. That's been the word on the street.
I was a big Verbruggen fan, and then I've watched him in some games.
He does have a clanger in him, doesn't he?
Since I took an interest in him, and I've kind of cooled
Lost
down
the
on
interest.
the idea.
He does have a rick in him, that's for sure.
Yeah, let's be honest. I mean, that game against Newcastle wouldn't have been a great
sales
idea. Exactly. But let's be honest. You're looking at it and going, is that the kind of player Newcastle need? Probably not at this present moment. For me, I think we need someone a bit more experienced to sit. Obviously, you've got Nick Pope, who is experienced, but to sit alongside him, take over the reins, and then have a younger goalkeeper who can come in, let's say 2-3 years down the line, and take over when that goalkeeper is done. Keep things going. Nell saying Pope needs to be sold out of contract next summer. It depends on how much we can get him for. Michael saying Leeds apparently want Pope, so that might see him going out. And Kelleher is quality. I was unhappy to lose him, but he isn't going to get ahead of Alisson. Niall saying Verbruggen is 50 million, Trafford is 40 million, way too much when you get Restes and Rissa for 25 to 35 million. What do we think about young foreign goalkeepers? Because for me, I really worry about young goalkeepers coming into the league and not performing. I know we've seen many examples this season of them doing so, but I feel like with a goalkeeper, there's a big risk.
Strangely, I think in terms of adapting to the Prem, goalkeeper is one position where that doesn't really matter so much.
Anana says hi. Just by the way.
It does with some, doesn't it? Yeah, Hanana's a good example. But
but the physicality is the same in any penalty area.
No, I don't. No, it's a bit more in the Prem though, isn't it? You see Arsenal loading the box and doing all that stuff, and you don't really see that so much in the Spanish league or Italy.
I'm not so sure.
Like that's why I think Vlachodimos struggled a bit for Forest when he went there, because he was a bit too. He's quite tall, but he's quite slim, got a small frame. He was getting sort of knocked about on crosses a little bit flappy.
Yeah, let's be honest. I've seen him a little bit, even at Sevilla, since everyone started saying he was doing absolutely fantastic.
After that one save.
Yeah,
he saved the ball.
Everyone seems to think he's great. And I'll be honest, even when you look at his stats, it's not that good, but it's probably about the same as we've come to expect from the other lot that we've got as well. So goalkeeper will go into must fix immediately. The other one at the top is right back.
No.
So starting at the right back, Tino Livramento's obviously in. Trippier and Kraft are going. Malik Chow, Lewis Miley, and apparently Lewis Hall can all cover that position now. Christina.
Tonali as well, by the way.
Yeah, Tonali as well.
I would say right back is a
What?
What?
I'm saying harsh. Tonali can fill that position as well. Because he played there for 10 minutes against West Ham.
Yeah.
And then kicked off for 2 weeks because of it, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, obviously, we've got Miley who can cover. Lewis Hall could maybe adapt to that. If he learns to cut in and have a bit of a shot, I think that could work to his strengths. I think it's going to come down. How important I say the right back position comes down to whether we keep Tino Livramento or not, which I'm not convinced we're going to. So for me, I would say must fix immediately. And to be fair, even if we keep Tino Livramento, we've still only really got one right back, and not a right back that I'm super keen on, to be honest.
Oh, why is that?
Just some of the performances this season. I mean, he hasn't thrilled me. I don't really see the fascination about him. Like, I've seen a couple of games where he's looked really good, but then I've seen a lot of games where it's like going forward, he doesn't look any more sure on the ball than like Asula does. Defensively, he's questionable compared to Miley. I think other people have played the right back position better than Tino this season, and that's maybe unfair because he's had injuries. Like, if we keep him and he decides he wants to stay, I'll 100% support him, and I hope that he becomes the player that we all hoped that he would. But off this season's performances, he's not somebody that I'm as desperate to keep hold of as I am for, like, Lewis Hall, for example.
No, you're right. And Tino has been a bit dodgy this season, I think. He's had some pretty poor games. I think
Tina is just going to fill this must fix immediately
Tina Livramento
with everybody.
Every position is must fix immediately.
Right back is a key position though, because Trips has been such a pivotal person and player. That's a massive.
In the way we play, indeed he has,
Yeah, and his legs can't allow him to get up the pitch now.
No.
But yeah, I think with Tino, is a big issue with him is he's a good athlete, but when he gets into that final third, he looks completely lost, like confused, and his crossing isn't that great, and he doesn't want to take a shot. So the only goal he scored, he was very sort of did a great run, but then he didn't know what to do, and he fell over, and the ball kind of rolled into the net.
It works for a Sula, you know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I kind of agree with you on that.
Names are out tonight, aren't they?
Good girl gone bad.
So have we got 2 in must fix immediately there?
Well, I think you got for right back, you've got 3 must fix immediately, because that's definitely the Toon Army in there. I think that should have been addressed in January.
Then he's having a pop at me for putting everything in must fix immediately, and then he's like, "No, I agree."
No, goalkeeper was upgrade wanted for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
To be honest, I completely agree. Right back will be must fix immediately. Just a few comments in there, by the way. Leon, Oliver saying the French league is the best indicator, as that is a very physical league. Potentially so. To be honest, if there's any experts of all of the foreign leagues, which one is the best indicator? Fair play. RSL asking, what about Marmadashvili? A rumours Slot doesn't fancy him and might let him go. I still think Slot might go despite some of the noises. If he doesn't fancy him, I'm more than happy to have him at Newcastle. I don't know what he's thinking.
Actually, that was one I was going to bring up, Marmadashvili. I thought he's only played 9 league games. That was, I think, when Alisson was injured, maybe. So he's nearly 26, so I don't think he wants to be sitting on the bench for too long.
No.
The only issue I would have is if we're talking about the reviewing the matches and stuff. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm gonna have to come up with a nickname for him. I'll probably end up calling him Marmalade Passar.
Lady Marmalade.
Would that
love Marmalade.
Would that be the longest named player we've ever had, or is that Kisnashvili guy, the Georgian player?
Oh, the one from Blackburn.
The longest we've had.
Bigger
the longest full name we've ever had is Malcolm MacDonald, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, but
Nikos Papavasiliou, that's who I was thinking of.
Papavasiliou.
Papavasiliou. He took some.
That was an expensive.
He cost a fortune if you wanted his shirt.
Yeah.
What about Ba? He had quite a big name, didn't he? Ba.
Oh,
Big Demba.
Demba Ba.
Oh, look, the cellist's working. Get it. Well done, Michael. I never doubted you for a second.
You got this.
Yeah, no. It's dragging one thing and it's not worth the second.
One every 20 minutes.
Just while they're doing that, we've got our resident.
Oh, there you go.
Our resident scout says in. He's on about Tottenham. He's saying they had shocking injuries, but a supposed big team should handle that. It happened to us under Klopp, and we finished 7th. And he goes on to say, Big 6 is a myth. Spurs never belonged in it. I need them to go down to prove my theory.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, he's clearly a big fan of Spursy.
He's very definitely the Red Cartel.
To be fair, considering the way Everton are probably more preferred, despite everything that's happened over the summer, just prefer to stay away from that side completely, to be honest. So we've got 3 in there for right back, and I'll be honest, it'll be completely 4. We'll complete it with a 4. Even if we sell Tino, I'd still even if we kept Tino, I'd still want to bring one in. But if we sell him, we need to. Go on.
Gavin Fuller saying, imagine a top keeper can win you 4 games. Pope has lost us 4 games, so that's an 8-game swing. And it's not an emergency.
Yeah, it's a fair point, you know.
But he's got a point.
If whoever the new goalkeeper is, if they come out and take out players as much as what Nick Pope has and miss the ball, then I'll probably cry, to be honest. And it looks like Verbruggen would be that kind of player. So, move in forwards. We've got 2 in the must fix immediately, which isn't a good sign for Newcastle right now. We're going to flip the script over to left back. People probably think, people already have very different views on how they see the current squad balance. Matt Target will be leaving the club in the summer. There's no doubt about that. However, Lewis
he
Hall
still played for us.
To be honest, you're one of the lucky few. Lewis Hall's clearly the starter, and Dan Burn is currently the cover, if you believe that. So I'll start with you, mate. Where do you put left back? And first of all, is Dan Burn the cover for left back, or is he the cover for centre back?
No. We need a left back. Is it must fix immediately? Again, so much depends on whether Lewis Hall has his head turned after a stellar World Cup that we're hoping he's going to have. I think Lewis Hall just about has sufficient parental guidance to, shall we say, to keep him at the Toon for at least another year. So I don't think it's must fix immediately, but upgrade definitely wanted.
Upgrade definitely wanted. And Niall Powell in there saying as well, we need a full back to cover both right and left.
That's the ideal scenario.
Yeah, so you could even say depth needed in that case as well. DX, what are you thinking, Matt?
Where's Aaron Hughes when you need him? He could do both, couldn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we need to. I would say depth needed, because I just feel like you've got the number one, and then just find somebody else who can back him up, come in. Obviously, like you say, Matt Targett's on his way out. He's finally that lovely juicy contract is expiring, and he's spent his millions. He's done well.
On the original list, that you've got Hugo Bueno there from Wolves.
Yeah,
Take him.
It was 23.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone from the Championship, but there was that guy at Ipswich, but I never thought he was that
Leif
good.
Davis.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that good. He could take a set piece. That's about it.
But he was targeted every time Ipswich played in the Prem. Every single
Yeah.
time they tried to get the winger behind him because he was so far forward. And it's a good thing he's good at attacking, but defensively, I think I'd rather have J7 at left back.
Yeah, he's not cut out for it for me, even though he's a local boy. But yeah, so I think we definitely need somebody to back up Lewis Hall, and Dan Burn, if we get desperate, can be the third choice. Unless
and we've got Murphy and as well.
I think they might get rid of Murphy this summer. I've got a funny feeling. I think he might move on.
The youngsters, to be honest, you couldn't blame any of the youngsters for moving on, could you? Christine, I'll get to you. But we've also got some suggestions in there for cover for both. Walker Peters in there. Spence from Spurs is one that's been mentioned.
Yeah, well, I would have him in a heart.
Oh, he's a good player. He's a right back, isn't he, really?
Yeah, but they would need Spurs to go down probably. Christina, what do you think? Where you've got the
left back for England once, Jed Spence.
He has, yeah.
Oh, his first name's Jed. I forgot it. Yeah, bring him in 100%.
Jed.
We need more cool named players.
Jed, bring him in.
You could never date a Jed, could you? Can you imagine? You know for a fact he's going to be a nightmare. No offense to Jed Spence if he does end up coming and playing for us. This is where I'm going to let you down, okay? Because there's been two answers given for this left back. And I agree with both, depending on what each one means. So we definitely need a left back as cover. So depth needed is where my brain originally went for it. But then if you're saying Dan Burn is currently the second choice left back, then that would be upgrade wanted. So it kind of depends how. Oh, calm down, girls. Shh. So you're stuck there now, aren't you? Well, that's your fault. Sorry, I've got
That's
I'm
what you said,
trying.
Dan Burn. You're stuck at the bottom of this list. It's your fault. So I'll while Tina deals with her cats, I'll quickly describe it. Upgrade wanted, upgraded for the current position, but it's not somewhere where we're personally
It's live,
needed
folks.
depth. Oh, it is live indeed.
We have live TV.
So I believe, because it isn't an upgrade on Lewis Hall, it's an upgrade on Big Dan Burn. Left back would then go into depth needed.
Yeah.
Right?
Perfect.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
There
But
we
you
go.
were rudely
Yeah,
interrupted by the
that's
cats.
fine. It just came down. My apologies for that. One of them got their claw stuck to the chair because she tried to bop the other one on the head, and it all went tragically wrong.
Roger Coogan there, by the way, said, could Chiao have a left back spell? I know he did it right back in his early days, but I haven't seen him too much at left back. But, you know, with these kind of players, you never know, there could be an option. Niall in there saying Murphy has been soured. Yeah, I think it, to be honest, I don't see him having much of a future. I don't think he's good enough personally, but I don't see why he wouldn't have been given more of a chance to prove himself in games in games in the Cups, you know, your Carabags, etc. That applies for all of them, not just that one. player there. So into our centre-backs. Obviously, we've got the centre-back partnership of Botman and Malik Chow at the moment. Dan Burn, the current option, well, it looks like the current only option as depth next season, with Fabian Schär's future still up in air. So most believe he will be looking to leave Newcastle in the guarantee of first team football. So I'll start with you, Christina, because I know you wouldn't be too happy with Fabian Schär leaving. Is it one of those major positions Newcastle have to fix in the summer, or is it potentially just give Fabian Schär a new contract and leave it till next year?
Absolutely, give Fabian Schär a new contract. And we've still got Dan Burn. We're probably not going to get rid of Dan Burn. I do not think centre back is a priority position for us. See, that's why I put these other ones at number one. When I first saw this, I thought I had a good think. I knew I was gonna have some lower down the list than people would have thought. You see, and I don't think centre back. I mean, if we do end up getting rid of Shaw, then we'd probably need another centre back. But if we kept Shaw and Burn, if they would be happy as cover still. And we do have a couple of younger players as well. If we do happen to keep Alex Murphy, he is mostly a centre back. Yeah. And there's that young one as well that keeps going to play in Scotland. I'm not even sure if he's still on the books, and I can't remember his name. But there is another on the 21 centre back. But I think there are, depending on what the budget is, there are probably more important positions for us to fix. Whereas Chow and Botman are going to be absolutely fine. Even if worst thing comes to worst and Fabian Schär decides that he does want to leave at the end of the season, we're still going to have Dan Burn, we're still going to have Lewis Miley, and I know that wouldn't be people's ideal centre back, but he can cover there. So if we can keep Chow and Botman fit, at least until January, there are more important positions to fill.
Okay, so that would go into signing can wait then, I imagine.
Or a centre back.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think this is with the idea that Fabian Schär would stay.
Oh right. Yeah. Well, I'm working on the assumption that he's already on his bike.
I'm without now,
Yeah, you won't be happy about that.
Well, let's go off the assumption he's on his bike and he's gone.
Yeah, depth definitely needed, especially given Botman's injury history. It's just a matter of time before he's out again, I think.
Yeah. Tina, if Shaw is on the way out, would that change your answer?
She doesn't even want to think about it.
I would say depth wanted rather than depth needed. I mean, yeah, okay, depth needed. Depth needed.
Okay, and DX, what about you? Are you in agreement?
Peer pressure and all that.
Yeah, I do agree with depth needed, but I think that there's a couple of players on freeze that might plug the hole. There's Senesi at Bournemouth. Yeah. If we could bring them, but if they're in the Champions League, of course, it might be hard to attract him. You might want to hang around for that. And then there's obviously John Stones as a player that, if we want to be ambitious, I know he's a bit injury prone, but he's a class act. He'd bring the quality of the centre backs up hugely. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind just doing something like that to plug a hole. Like, we're not going to get Konate because I think they're saying that he'd probably agree a new deal with Liverpool.
Yeah,
it'd be a good one, obviously. But yeah, there's a few doing the rounds that might be quite handy. So I think give Shaw another contract for 1 more year, bring in one of these freebies if we can, and then we've got 5 centre backs, which I think we're probably going to need.
You will just do anything to ingratiate yourself with,
He's my substitute. He's got to be on Team Share.
Well, I tied the hair up. I didn't want to outshine it.
I'm DXK out now,
Tina's just everyone in the channel out by the end of this episode.
Do it by yourself.
So in the from the chat as well, RSL said she would take Shaw as a player manager when Eddie leaves.
That's a fair shout, That's a fair shout. I think you do a good job.
David saying Fabian will probably go. Niall saying if Shaw goes, we need to buy. And then Niall also saying any top quality players we ain't signing. So maybe that cuts off a few of these.
That's nice and optimistic.
Well, I don't know. Well, last time we didn't have Europe, we got Isaac, Botman, and someone else.
It is Niall after all.
Yeah. What do you think about Joe Gomez? Injury issues, but he can play across the back three and will be free. Personally, and I maybe say this because I've got friends who are Liverpool fans and I've heard horrible things over the years, but for me, it would be a big no. I don't know. Anyone disagree with that?
Yeah, I wouldn't
I've
be.
seen Gomez have a few good games, to be fair. What does RSL think? He'll tell us better about Gomez.
He's saying he's solid
And-
when fit, to be fair.
Solid when fit, yeah. That and as I say, he's a bit of a botman. He's
Never fit.
never fit. Always in the garage. The Rolls Royce, always in the garage.
I mean, if he's only going to be a backup defender, though, I mean, you could make an argument for if we're going to get him in for free, then him or Stones would probably be fine as long as they're happy with what their role's going to be, and then
I think Stones' wages will rule us out of that.
so get them to accept less. I mean, they don't need £200,000 a week.
I feel like Bayern will be in for Stones, to be fair.
You reckon?
Bayern?
Yeah. I think Company played with him. He knows he's really solid. It's a player that can get in on a free as depth. For some reason, they seem to enjoy buying English players. Bringing in English players these days. I could really see Stones moving abroad to Bayern. I don't think it'll be a great move, but it's great depth for them, in my opinion. But I'd love to see him here, I would say.
No, he's a good player. I mean,
I would have him, yeah, without a doubt.
yeah, he's an injury-prone guy, but he's 31, so a lot of people turn their nose up. But I think sometimes you have to make exceptions, like we did with Trippier. You find players who are still really good, and they're either cheap or free, and you think,
Pro.
Yeah,
they do a
absolutely.
good job.
So, moving on, and we're going to go into what is maybe going to be a bit debated, because I have three central midfielders here, technically. A central defensive midfielder, a central midfielder, and a central attacking midfielder. So, I will define it before anyone says I'm getting jumbled up. But a CDM, I'm basically saying number six who's going to sit. You see, central midfielders, I'm thinking your Tonali, in your Bruno style, and centre attacking midfielders. Well, I cannot say it because we haven't got any, but basically what Voltemada, Ramsey, and Willock have played over the last 2 games. So we're going to start defensively. Win, what do you think? Is a defensive number 6 style player? Where does that fit here?
If we can get a quality 6, I would say it must fix immediately. Go and get him. And Eddie, for God's sake, start playing with a 1.
Do you think that would give us enough
I think we've then already got enough elsewhere for the other positions. We don't need to look at the other positions. If we can buy a really top draw, a Kanté or a Rice, and I know that's pushing the boundaries way beyond expectation, but yeah. of that ilk, even a Wharton, I don't know who's sniffing. There's a few clubs sniffing around Wharton at the minute, but he would do as well. And I'm saying he would do. I don't mean that derogatorily at all. That's standard. But if you're just gonna get another midfielder who's gonna be one of 3 playing 4-3-3 here, there, and everywhere, then it's not a priority. But I think it's a must fix immediately and must have a number 6 who's going to sit there in front of the defence and give them that extra protection. So we don't throw leads away and concede late equalisers.
Yeah, I completely agree. We definitely need something in there to shore up that defence. We've seen it numerous times this season. Do you agree, mate? Must fix immediately?
I'm tempted to go with upgrade wanted, actually, because I think that we have so many central midfielders, although no one is specifically a defensive midfielder. I wonder if you put your eggs in the attacking midfielder basket or the defensive side. I'm not too sure, because apart from Bruno, how many goals have all the others scored between them in the league? Probably
less than Bruno.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of But yeah, I agree. It would be nice to have a top number 6. We kept getting linked with that Edison guy, didn't we? And I think he plays
And I've
for.
just heard that Man
Yeah,
United are now after him.
Oh, are they?
really.
Okay. So I wouldn't mind
Roger
someone like
Cooper saying
Alexander
so.
Arnold because he can play. This is an unrealistic target. We won't get him. But if there was a player of that nature who could play central midfield, defensive midfield, and right back, that would be good. That would really cover a couple of bases that we need. But obviously, we're not going to get Alexander Arnold. But yeah, I do think it's an important position, but not quite up there with right back and goalkeeper for me.
Okay, so we've got one in must fix immediately, one in upgrade wanted. Tina, where do you stand?
This one's going to be a kind of weird answer for me because I've been crying out for number 6 since I literally joined the channel. I think it was like one of the first things I said was we need a number 6. But if it came down again to limited budget, I would put it under the need for a goalkeeper and a right back. So I'd put it in upgrade wanted. But to be fair, I would place, if we are going to sign a centre midfielder, it needs to be a number 6. I think we've got enough going forward, and I can very much explain that when we get to like the centre attack and midfield position. So if we were going to sign a midfielder, 100%, we need a number 6. But if we were to strengthen other positions for one game a season, Tonali or Miley or Bruno can probably fill that role without us, being desperate. So that's why I would put it in upgrade wanted rather than must fix immediately.
Okay, the panel have spoken. It is going into upgrade wanted, but almost got itself into must fix immediately. Someone from the chat, Roger Cook was saying, can't see a definite CDM coming in, sadly. To be honest, I think if we end up sticking with the 4-3-3, I do agree. It'll be a shame, but as Wynn said, it is one of those positions we really need to look at. Niall saying we aren't spending more than 30 million a player due to how many we need. I think that's the real shine behind freebies, and I don't want to say loans because I hate using the loan market when you're trying to be a bigger club, but it might just be a case that Newcastle need to at the moment. Avit saying Sangare from Lens, the next Kante. There must be some reason they're up there. Sorry,
you hear about it. There's been a few next Kantes, hasn't there?
Yeah.
There has, yes.
Just again on the original list, there was Andre there from Wolves, the Brazilian, so he could sweeten, Bruno could sweeten that deal maybe.
Yeah, him and Joe Gomez both look like decent options. They both ended up, they're both looking like they're going to go to the World Cup for Brazil, but they're almost tainted by the fact they play for Wolves. People who've seen them a bit more than I have, thankfully haven't watched Wolves too much this season.
No, but that's a Wolves fan who've got him in the in the top 4.
No, I would take either one of those as if we're not going to split, because we're going to need the money for positions that we need to strengthen. So either of those I would happily take. Or Tuchel's just started chinning people in the Real Madrid locker room. We could probably ask Joe Linton to see if they're like kindred spirits. Invite him over. Just don't chin anyone. And we've got Big Joe to just keep him in check. Okay, no throwing fists now. We'll get Big Joe after you.
Too many of Valverde give me some horrible flashbacks to Dyer and Bowyer, I have to say. At least that one wasn't on the pitch. You just hear about someone at the hospital afterwards.
Might free up a player. I'd take either of those two, to be fair, at Newcastle.
I think most clubs in the world are under the incredible talents. We'll see if Jose Mourinho can get them back on the same page, as he looks to be going there by the rumours. Brian Penny in saying we simply don't score enough from any position on the pitch. But numbers 1, 4, 6 and 9 are in the red zone for him, which would back up the CDM claim, but it wouldn't for central midfielder. Now, we've got a lot of midfielders, let's be honest. You've got Miley, Bruno, Tonali, Ramsey, Joe Linton. Is central midfielder bottom of the list right now for
No
you,
action
Christina?
required.
No
Well
action
and truly
required
in
from
the
Wayne.
green
Yeah.
zone for me.
I'm quite happy with our midfield. Outside of the fact that we don't have a sitting anchor midfielder, I'm more than happy with the midfield that we've got. If we can keep hold of them, we could even probably afford to drop one. But if we start next season with Joe Linton, Miley, Ramsey, Tonali, and Bruno, I mean that's a
Done deal.
that's a Champions League qualifying
I
squad.
think Willock's done, isn't he? Really, like you think?
Yeah.
Try and
I
get
don't
some.
know.
We don't need to replace him either, I don't think. Hopefully there's got to be somebody coming.
Mason Miley, put him in.
Yeah,
Actually,
we've got
the one I was
two
thinking
Milers.
of was Alabi. Alabi was the one who was training with the Champions League squad. Sam Alabi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. No, that's a fair shout.
He's only 16 though, so it's a bit jumping the gun probably.
I just put him in. What's the
I
worst
guess-
that can happen?
I guess with this, RSL makes a good point of what if Tonali needs, then you need someone. I think we're gonna work off the basis that he's staying. I think we're in agreement that maybe that seems more likely than unlikely at the moment.
Hope so. Give us one more year. Come on, Macy. You owe us one more.
So are we all in? No action needed for the central midfielder, even if
as
we
things
lose the likes of
stand.
Joe Willock.
Signing, let's say signing can wait because I think Joe Linton will need replacing in a year.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Tina. I guess you're the
Oh, well,
deciding vote 'cause
you've
we've
all
got
got
one.
no action needed, so go with that. Because I'm the only one who's saying signing can wait.
I love
For
it
anybody
when-
who's interested in the championship playoff game, by the way, it's 1-1 at half time.
Ross Stewart equalising for the Saints, the former
Injury
Sunderland man,
time.
unfortunately.
In the naughty 40s.
Quite like
The
Mill.
naughty 40s. Millwall stuck with playing West Ham United next season by the looks of things.
We're in the
some of
playoffs, aren't they, Millwall? Or have they gone out?
They're
They
out.
just-
Yeah.
they went out
Hull-
last
Hull
night
won
at
last
home.
week.
Do you know, I've been so unobservant with it.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I checked this morning and said, Hull City are
Hull
in the playoff
City.
final.
Well,
That's
that's
not a
when-
team I was expecting to see.
Yeah.
Some in there by the way, RSL. Curtis Jones, 40 million. If you take away the 0, I'll take a bit. To be honest,
I wouldn't
take
go
it
for Harvey
half
Elliott.
that. Harvey Elliott, you'd go for.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go for
Oh,
Harvey
you
Elliott.
wouldn't?
I think there's a reason why Villa aren't pursuing it. That way they wouldn't
Yeah.
give them enough games.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
But actually,
But I do like Curtis Jones.
someone left a comment there about Rory Finneran. That's interesting. He's got called up to the what's it called? To the full Irish squad, didn't he? He's only 17, 18. So
It seems like there's a lot of good young players around that age that Newcastle will eventually be able to embed in, and hopefully it means we're not spending 60-odd million on each position going
Let them
forward.
become the class of 2027.
yeah, he's supposed to be really. When he was at Blackburn, he was supposed to be absolutely out of this world as a young player.
And then he dipped like a stone, and then he started to come back again.
Yeah, he's starting to look good apparently.
Yep.
Absolutely. So one position that probably would cost an arm and a leg to bring a player in. Obviously, there was El Khanous going for 19 million last summer. So there are talented players that can fill that void for a bit cheaper. But a central attacking midfielder, where does that lie in your priorities, DX?
I've got one in mind that could be a clever signing, if you like.
Go
If
for
we
it.
can get him. Harry Wilson from Fulham, because he's out of contract this summer. So if we could get him, maybe because he's 29, maybe the top clubs won't go for him. And I think, on a free, he scored how many goals this season? About 14, 15?
I know as well, and that is.
Yeah, so he might be quite a useful one. But I don't think I think it'd be really a nice signing to have, because this season only Bruno, like I say, has scored more than I think 2 league goals.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be quite nice to maybe have someone there who could do a Rob Lee or a Gary Speed, someone like that, who could knock in a few. Kevin Nolan, score a few goals from the middle of the park. So yeah. I would probably put it on. I kind of think signing can wait if you're comparing it to the key positions, though. Really, depth needed maybe somewhere between those two.
Yeah. Roger Cook in there saying we definitely could do with a creative central attacking midfielder. DX in between depth needed and signing can wait. Where are you on the matter, Win?
I think signing can wait. I think Ramsey is starting to show a bit of promise, and Bruno is just Bruno, isn't he? So
Yeah.
I think we're okay there. And Tonali on his day can be as good as anybody.
Yeah, but he doesn't score any goals. Tonali scores.
Well, no, because he's by and large he's sitting in front of or trying to sit in front of the back four, whilst at the same time carry the ball forward. So it's a bit of a thankless task he's got.
I don't see a goal scorer. We scored 23 goals in 328 games. I don't know if that's
No, he's not prolific to say
1
the
in
least.
15. Yeah.
I need someone who's better at long shots, to be honest. After look at the weekend, the amount of times he got at the edge of the box, and either Bruno or Tonali were taking a few pot shots, and they were just going high, wide, not very handsome. I was sitting there going, if only we had like Szoboszlai or someone.
Yeah. We haven't really got anyone who bangs in long shots, have we? I can't think of anyone who.
Murphy would be
Gordon
the
used to, or
closest.
Barnes, Harvey Barnes, I guess.
Fabian
The
Schär.
stupid thing is Tonali
Schär
has done it, for the national team, and he scored some rakers for Milan as well. But
Yeah, Tonali can
again,
score
not often.
goals.
Tonali's got 4 goals in 32 games for Italy. It's not that spectacular.
He's a centre midfielder.
I know, but you're saying he's scoring the goals regularly for Italy or something like that, but he's not, or wins at
But
that.
yeah, but they're all I've been crying out for him to have more shots than he does have from the edge of the area, instead of trying to walk it into the net.
Yeah, I mean, last season he scored 6, didn't he, for us, which is not bad in all comps. If he could get back to that kind of thing, that's not a bad result, really.
And he's had
it's
some
okay,
hard
but-
lanes this season as well, There's a few of his shots that have been, well, in fact, Walter Morta tapped one of them in, didn't he, against Brighton away?
Stole the goal off him.
Stole the goal off Tonali.
Absolutely.
aye.
Say, no, flick that. Did you know anything about it, Nick?
It was a clever flick, right? No, but I think it
It
was
was.
going in
It was a good
anyway.
goal.
It's a nice goal.
All right, so that makes a good point. To be fair, I'm saying I want long shots. It is dying in the game in general. The ball's a bit too lightweight, swerves too much. It sounds like Arteta, but to be honest, there is a point there. That was the thing I loved about the PSG Bayern game. You got the likes of Elise, Kvaratskhelia, etc. They don't mind putting their foot behind it and seeing the ball fly towards goal. But Tina, what do you reckon? It seems like central attack midfield is going to go insane and can wait. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think the signing for that can wait. Maybe if things don't work out with Waldemar and Ramsey, maybe we do need another midfielder. But this is why I said central defensive midfielder was the important one. Because if we sign a central defensive midfielder, we allow Tonali to push forward, Bruno to push forward, Ramsey to push forward. Like, Tonali, when he's not having to be the number 6, could potentially be, a bit more creative. He's got a good pass on him. He's got a good engine. He's got a fantastic shot when he actually lets it rip. Like, we've got attacking midfield players. It's the fact that when they do attack, we've got nothing to defend. That's the issue. And saying that, I mean, Tonali's, the goal that we got at the weekend came from Tonali sitting almost at centre back. So he's clearly got that versatility to just sit in midfield, but I think taking the shackles off him would be amazing.
I mean, he's one of the best ball carriers that we've got. He can run with the ball and just barge players.
One of the best athletes, for sure. Yeah, he can keep the ball well. He's good retaining it, isn't he?
Because he's a proper player, like an actual proper international player.
Technically very good.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've got Gordon's international and Dan Burns international, but Tonali's like proper international. He's not one of the Italy's dropped off players. He's like, okay, this is a proper Italian midfielder. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Sandro Tonali. In case you couldn't tell.
There was some indications there, I will say.
I just wanted to clarify, just in case there was any like grey area there. Like, oh, does Tina like Tinali? Tinali? Sorry, I said that out loud, didn't I? I thought I had just had a thought in my head, and then it just kind of came out. Sorry. Anyway,
That's absolutely fine with me. So we've got Sign and Kinwade in there, centre attack and midfield. I got someone, or at least a position in every category so far, and one that might I think it'll be unanimous. Actually, I was gonna say right wing. We're gonna go with a position where you want consistency, goals, talent, and
Assists.
players who can take
Goals and
players on.
assists.
We don't have either of them with Jacob Murphy or Anthony Elanga. So does that mean, Win, that the right wing is one of the biggest summer priorities?
He's not quite sure.
win.
Oh, I thought you said Tina. I beg your pardon. Yeah, must fix immediately.
The win
Must
sounds like
fix immediately. Like I said some weeks ago, I'm kind of done with Elanga. I'd love him to prove us wrong and come good, but he hasn't shown it at all for me. Very, very disappointed.
Yeah.
He's obviously got something because we saw it at Forest, but he certainly hasn't shown it. Yeah, he's like Bambi on ice, when he gets the ball and can't control it, knocks it out a touch. Must fix immediately. And, Kudos is there on the list. And even Javi Simmons, he can play on the right as well there on the relegation fodder list.
Or William Asula.
Oh, well, again, I would love to see Asula, the last two games, Asula given a chance on the right wing.
I'd like to see it too.
Just have a go.
Try something different. Play with a bit more skill, a bit more directness. Yeah. You can come in and shoot.
Well, directness, that's the thing. Instead of cutting back, pendulum. Oh.
Yeah, he always looks to go forward, doesn't he? And that's something we don't have in the much.
He's an overtime regen.
That's horrible.
That is quite bad, like.
He does the same things. He'll get the ball and he stops, like panics. Oh God! And he sort of looks around like a deer in the headlights. But yeah, I'd quite like to see Minte come back if there's any way of doing that. But I think it's probably too late now. He's too far down the chain. Just because he gives us
that player.
Well, he's doing too well for Brighton, apart from anything else, and they are going to be in Europe, aren't they? Champions League.
That's the thing is, unfortunately, that ship has sailed for now. We've missed out on that. But I think that would have been nice to have had a left-footed right winger, and maybe you could have kept Elanga as the other one. But I think for me it would be upgrade wanted, just because I think they're going to have to persevere with Elanga because of what the fee that's been paid. Still be 44 million on the books this summer. Yeah. Can't really afford to get rid of him. So then what do? Stick with these two or try Asula? I don't know. I just think goalkeeper and a couple of other positions for me are just a little bit more important.
Yeah,
the only worry is it must fix immediately. There we've got goalkeeper and right back. Is that really going to fire the fans up? Even if we've got proper quality, is a goalkeeper and a right back of stellar quality really going to, light the rockets under the fan base? I don't think it is.
No, I'd agree.
Whereas I think a top quality, tricky right winger would do that. We've been crying out for a jack in the box, for a maverick, for an entertainer.
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, we've struggled. We're very formulaic, aren't we, the way we play? But I think it's really a difficult position. I think a lot of clubs, when you look at Arsenal, you've signed all these players like Madueke and all this, who I don't think he's much better than Elanga, really. I think he's about similar level and paid about the same price for him. It's really hard to find good right wingers at the moment. I mean, Elise is obviously absolutely brilliant, but there's not many like him around.
I quite like Madueke, actually.
Right, I'm not a massive fan. I think he's a bit more
out Saka, yeah, but I mean, Saka's a one-off.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's Arsenal quality, but I do think he's a raw talent that, with the right manager, could be nurtured into a top player.
Where did
But
Rooney Bugatti go?
Barcelona, and he's just
Oh, right. Yeah, we're probably not going to
he's
get him then.
well, he's just been told by the Swedish team that he's not going to the World Cup.
There's the right
despite being
winger.
fit.
Wait,
Yeah,
so Langa's going ahead of... Okay, maybe he's not. I'm pulling back
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that. But Rooney Bugatti would probably be one of the players who I would have on that list. Can I just say, there was somebody came in a chat like a couple of weeks ago and said that when I smile I look like Sid the Sloth, and still... Orbitan, once you see it, you'll not unsee it. But still, Orbitan Regen is the biggest insult I've seen on this channel. Even compared to me being compared to Sid the Sloth.
Yeah, well, if you watch clips of Obertan, you'll just see that it's very similar stuff.
I never want to see him play football again.
Hey, honest, watch his highlight reels are pretty good.
He's just Alanga's just Obertan who hasn't skipped leg day really. He's just a bit bigger. Yeah, no,
Right.
it doesn't do it for me.
Anyways,
But I think
So-
also there is the argument of a lot of players seem to in their second season come good, and sometimes you have to be
Exactly.
patient. And perhaps with a player like him who seems like a confidence player, maybe we do need to give him another. It's just when I watch him play, I just think, God, you're so bad. Like passing the ball straight out, passing it to the opposition, falling over, or doing just running aimlessly into other players. It's very weird to watch. It's like
doesn't seem to have a football brain at
no,
all.
not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree. He doesn't look great. And just before we get to the deciding vote, obviously we had Niall in, had it up just before. Got to persist with Alanga, going along with what he's saying. Brian's coming in saying, it doesn't matter about the fans if the incomers stop the goals conceded after 75 minutes in injury time. Yeah, if we can get those as Nelly said, 70 points back, it feels like it. If we can get those 27 points back, or even 10, 15 of them next season, I think would be a much happier fan base. But I do agree with Win of you kind of need at least one attacking player to get a little bit excited about going into the new season. Michael in there saying it's a top striker we need. Hopefully there is one, and we're going to finish on the striker. RSL is saying we're clearly going to need a left winger, so you'll stick with what you've got on the right, or we're going to use the 70 million that you're going to give us for Gordon. The Amanda is staying, not really. Someone will give us for Gordon and buy two half-decent wingers. Happy days.
Well, the good thing with Gordon, to be honest, is that most of the fee's been paid off, hasn't it? So 45 million. So 4 out of 5 years paid off. So 9
No,
million.
it's 3.5, 12 million he's standing at the minute.
12 million, okay. So 12 million. So and then they get 15% of anything over 45. So it's not going to be a huge amount. So if we can get 70 million, that will really go straight on the books and give us a good amount. Can we get 70 million for him? I don't know. That seems about fair to me, but
Yeah, definitely. When you look at the clubs that are interested in buying them, we'll get at least that.
he's only 25 as well. So it's like,
Exactly. Don't worry about what everybody's saying. Nobody's going to pay that by him.
I mean, they're saying 50 million euros and stuff like that. I just think,
And I think he's worth it, by the way. I think he's worth at least 70 million.
he's a really good player, and he scored all those Champions League goals, which I think that can blind clubs sometimes a little bit. They go, "Oh wow, look at that."
Yeah. I remember with Isak as well, we were told, you'll be lucky to get 100 when we were asking for 150 at the start of the window, and we got 120 in the end. We didn't get that 150, but we got a lot more than what people were thinking.
Yeah, and he, I think we got one. Didn't we get 125? And he also gave up his £5 million loyalty payment that we owed him or something. So
Yeah.
saved a bit of money there.
He was
130
desperate to
total.
leave.
He was, yeah. Hasn't gone
Bless
too
him.
well. Maybe we'll get him back in the summer.
Oh dear, what a pity. Never mind.
Although, to
Right.
be honest, I think we're in just as bad a situation as he is, although maybe not if you look at the state of his knee at the moment. But,
William
Tina,
Sula has scored more goals than him, that's all I'm saying.
it's true.
Yeah.
So, we've got right wing. It's between upgrade wanted and must fix immediately. You have the deciding vote.
I'm going to have to
Where
go
is it going?
upgrade wanted because I think we've kind of, I mean, you look at the right wing position, we've got, we would like to see an upgrade, but Alanga could come good next season. We do have Willis Sula. We've also got Harvey Barnes still in the team. And, realistically, I would like to still think that between a Sula and a Langa, we've got right wing kind of covered. But if you offered me, you know, Yamal or something, I'd probably take it. Like
Yeah, maybe.
if it was
just
a
maybe.
really really good player,
Yeah.
or like what was that lad called who I don't think he plays on the right, but we could probably try him there. He plays for Chelsea. He's a really good attacking midfielder. I forgot his name, but I wanted him for ages.
Oh, Mudryk.
It's not
No,
it's not gone at you, is it?
Oh God, he's
no. He was
banned.
there last season.
He's
And
in
he had,
Vanter's.
Estevao?
no, it begins with an N.
Pedro Neto?
No,
Oh, thought you had him. Come on, Google.
I'm gonna have to Google him. Hold
Um,
on.
Another numpty. It's fine. So we've got while Tina does some googling, go through some of the chat related to the left wing spot. Obviously, RSL saying we're going to need another left winger. Niall saying I would have Park as backup to Barnes. It was Gordon, but corrected himself. And Michael asking the question of, do we think Park Susung is going to be involved next season? Not Susung. Park Sung Soo is going to be involved next season. For me, I really don't think so. And Kunku.
Yeah.
oh, right. He's like a forgotten man, isn't he? He played up front, didn't he?
Yeah. I feel like he could play on the right.
Interesting. That's
He's
interesting.
at AC Milan now.
Pulled that one out there.
That's
Left field.
completely forgot he existed, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a really great player at Leipzig, to be fair. If they could refine that kind of form, that'd be spot on. But for just on the question on Park, I personally don't think he's going to get minutes next season. I hope I'm wrong, but I do think the step up from it was the Korean second tier to the Premier League. I do think they're going to look at it and go, right, if anything, he's going to get a loan out. And it's not going to be one of the Shola loans. Win, what do you think? Do you reckon Park gets any minutes?
Well, like you, I hope so. It's up to him, Let's, if he's given the chance, he's got to take it.
Well, he's only just turned 19, hasn't he? So.
Yeah. There's plenty of time for him. But a left wing for me is must fix immediately because it seems inevitable that Gordon's going. So
Yeah.
must fix immediately.
But then we do have Barnes. But I mean, I think Barnes, and you obviously need someone else there. It's no good to have him.
Yeah.
And I don't think Sanusi's going to be feeling ready after his loan spell. So, yeah, Park might be the one.
So does Wynn's got left winger in, must fix immediately? DX, where have you got it?
Yeah, probably must fix immediately because I'm sorry, I had to think about it because I'm just thinking that Barnes, I always have a question mark of whether he's better as a rotation player or better just to have him starting. I mean, he does come up, I think he's so good off the bench. That's the thing. And he has played like over 50 matches this season for us, Barnes.
Yeah.
And one for England. So I think I really like him, but I do think we need somebody else there to rotate in and out. And Joe Linton can do a job there. Willock, if you keep him, can do a job there. But we need someone who's a proper wing. And I agree that might be the position where I'd go for the Maverick. If you can find somebody, another Ben Arthur type player, well, he played on the right, didn't he? But a left-sided version of that. I'm trying to think of Ginola or Robert, one of those types.
St. Maximin would have been the obvious one.
Yeah, or St. Maximin, from recent years. But I was trying to go a little bit higher up, the cream of the crop, Ginola or Robert.
Scott Sellers.
Scott Sellers or...
that was a joke. Don't take that one seriously.
Or Gouffran, Johan Gouffran. Get him back.
Johan Gouffran, he's overdone it with those Gouffran regens.
I loved Gouffran, to be fair.
He was good for
I might be one of the only ones.
But yeah, so I would say must fix immediately. And it's a shame about Gordon, really. But I remember him doing an interview with Gary Neville where he was walking along the seafront or a beach somewhere. And he was saying that, I'm really ambitious and I want to go as high as I can in my career. This is about 2 years ago, maybe 18 months ago. And he was saying, and I'm going to just go for the top. And he was talking about Everton, how he left Everton and went to Newcastle. And I thought at the time that sounded like somebody this is not his final destination. He's going to move again, maybe a couple of times. So, yeah, I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not either, to be honest. So, Tina, you've got it. It's must fix immediately, but do you agree?
I do. This is where I'll give you that superstar signing. Although I would take Somerville, to be fair. But this is where I'll give you that exciting signing, because I think goalkeeper and right back are legitimately the two main things that we need. But yeah, if we're getting rid of Gordon, I don't think, between Harvey Barnes and Joe Linton, maybe even Lewis Hall can play at left wing, but I don't think any of them are kind of, sailing the boat, so to say. So that's not a real saying, is it? I've just kind of made that up, haven't I? But never mind.
Floating our boat.
I know where you are.
That's the one I was thinking. I knew there was something to do with a boat. Because the first one I was thinking, tickle the pickle. I was like, no, that's not right.
That's
a totally different thing.
Let's stay away from any pickle tickling.
Yeah.
So, the left wingers in must fix immediately. Where does the striker go? Tina, I'll let you start, as long as you don't mention pickles.
I'll not. I apologise if that was a bad thing to say. I don't know what I think I've offended people. I apologise.
No, there's the offence, don't worry.
I'm going to defend people with this one. I think signing can wait.
Ooh, go
A
on.
striker.
Yeah. Because we've got Willa Sula and we've got Nick Waltemada. We're probably not going to sell Wisa.
No.
See if they come good. If we get if we get the left wing and the right wing sorted out, if we get the midfield pushed in the right direction, if Waltemada becomes prime Bergkamp, like what I've predicted him to be, then we're doing okay, aren't we? Then we wake up and realise he's only prime Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
Love Zlatan.
Oh, do you? Or even Berbatov.
I wasn't so keen on Berbatov.
Okay.
I mean, I would accept him to become a
What a
Berbatov.
golden boot.
I know, but Zlatan's Zlatan, isn't he?
Well, Zlatan was another level. Yeah, he's class.
I'm not going to lie, I'd take Johan Almander at the minute, never mind Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I think we're desperate, but DX, what do you think, mate?
Striker, I would very much like another striker, but I was thinking about this earlier, thinking, what do we do? Because I think we will keep Visser because there's no point selling him or loaning him out. That just seems mad. And I think we'll keep Voltemada and I hope we keep Asula. So can we have 4 strikers? Is that pushing the boat out? The only way round it is if Asula does become a right winger, then maybe there's room for another one. But I would still like an upgrade. So I would still go upgrade wanted just because if there is someone out there who's in more of a natural, I know Visser should be, but more of a natural number 9. And again, Visser can play on the left, can't he? So it gives you more options then. You can move people about a bit more. And yeah, I would like a striker, but I'm not going to say must fix immediately. I'm going to go upgrade wanted. I can't think of any strikers off the top of my head though.
Yeah, Luis Suarez is the one that's been linked. We talked about last night.
29, 28, yeah.
Exactly. And to be honest, he hasn't set the world alight until going to Sporting.
A recent rumour coming out that Goncalo Ramos.
Yeah, the Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
Because he's
that.
happy with the game time he's getting there.
Get him. I'll get a striker. 100%. If we're getting him, I'm into it. Luis Suarez, the 39-year-old Luis Suarez. That can't be the...
There's a different one.
Not that one.
Right, I was going to say, I was like,
It's a namesake.
No, the defenders in the Premier League's necks are safe. No one's biting them this season.
There's no one in the Championship, is there? Because I was looking at the goal scores and it's really low this year. It's like 17. So some guy at Swansea.
As a kid, I was looking not long ago, I forget his name now, kid at Preston.
Oh, right.
Who's banging them in.
Because normally you get a couple, don't you? Go, oh, yeah, like with, we were talking earlier about Adam Wharton. For a couple of years, they were saying, oh, this kid's amazing for Blackburn. And we were linked a load of times and we didn't take the plunge. But there's normally a couple of players in the Championship doing the rounds, but I can't think of anyone's name that's come up. Seems like a lot of the clubs like Southampton and Ipswich have just kind of kept what they had a little bit.
Yeah, when Ross Stewart's up there, there's an issue at the moment. So yeah, absolutely. So Win, you have the final say. Where are you popping the striker?
I'm going to put the striker in upgrade wanted. I want a striker. Let's try and build a team around Voldemort, but we need to have a recognised proper number 9.
Yeah, get Igor Thiago in. Why not?
Yes, someone like.
It costs 100 million.
If it doesn't work,
Harry Kane. You wanted Harry.
for Plan B, let's say.
Has Harry Kane got another release clause? That's
Let's have a Plan B.
Is he a secret Newcastle fan?
We can pray. I think we need to pray at the minute. Brian Penny saying he's adoring. Don't even start with that one, my friend. Because to be fair, Sunderland are looking to get rid of him. 25 mil. RSL saying Delap, you were linked before, shouldn't be expensive.
I'd take Robbie. Speaking of Sunderland, I'd take Robbie.
Yeah.
100% I would.
Well, he had a good game against us. But have you watched him a lot?
Not a lot, but he's
a lump.
He kind of fits the player profile that we've missed this season, or somebody to hold the ball up. Like if you had him like just knocking it off to Nick Waldemar in the number 10, or Ramsey or Tonali,
I'm going out for a couple of pints tomorrow with my Mackham mate. I'll ask him about. Well, I've already asked him about him actually, and he says he's a lump.
He's just a lump.
What about?
Sorry,
go on.
Ferran Torres.
Oh, you love him, don't you?
I do love Ferran Torres.
To be honest, he's a great player, isn't he?
Was he? I'm trying to think if he's the guy Atletico, right?
No, he was
up before.
Barcelona.
It was before City.
Before City, Ferran Torres was
Valencia. He was. Then he went to City. Then he went to Barcelona.
I'm thinking of Alvarez. Alvarez was there as well. Was the Man City as well?
Yeah.
I love Alvarez. I think he's an unbelievable footballer. Just watching him play is quite joyful. And I wish we could get a player like that. That would be something special. We'd never get him, but I mean, somebody like that, when he was young and he went to Man City, and they got him when he was really young, and you could tell he was brilliant straight away. Got to be someone in South America like that.
I knew you mentioned Atletico. I've just had a quick Google. I tell you who I've always had a nice. When's his birthday? 30. Soloth.
Yeah, Alexander Soloth.
He's a proper number 9.
Yeah. He was my first choice in the last summer. To be fair,
last summer.
I was saying like he's not getting the minutes. Alvarez is guaranteed starter.
20 mil would get him. I think you'd have to pay his wages, but if you're only paying 20 mil for him.
Just to clarify for chat there, I wasn't saying Torres is a striker. I just thought of a player that I wanted, so I was just like Ferran Torres.
You can fit multiple roles that we've got on there as well.
You can fill most of them. Right wing, left wing, centre attack and midfield. Sort it. Next.
Yeah, absolutely versatile player, absolutely brilliant. So we'll go through just some of
nice hair.
To summarise.
I thought you were talking to me there.
All the key points.
Way.
A few points that we had there just in the chat. Phil saying in regards to Voltamada, any player whose first instinct is to pass isn't a striker, unfortunately. And I had one up from before there from David Spence. Gonzalo Garcia Torres there is a striker. 52 million is what he would cost. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining in for the show this evening. You're 8 o'clock till your 9:30. We're going to have the 9:30 crew joining us very, very soon. And firstly, thanks everyone for getting involved in the chat. Thanks to Prosaic for gifted membership, which went to 2 coin phrase. But for me, Christina and DX win. I know you're staying, but from us, it's say you later and say hello to your 9 o'clock crew.
Abiento.
There we go. Let's get going. Thank you very much, lads. Endless. See you in a minute.
Ciao.
Set up for maximum confrontation and super opinionated debates. The NUFC Late Night Show with Chris the American Man, Derek the Mighty Wind, and the rest of the panel, Monday through Thursday from 9:30 p.m. UK and UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Thank you very much, one and all, for staying on. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Become a member if you can. Help the channel grow and reach new heights. Help us out. It is Tuesday. We got a show full of news, I would say. Somewhat news. I mean, it's going to be a busy summer window. We know that. We shall talk a little bit about that and what information is out there. So, welcome in, Sean, Boki, and with, of course, how are you, lads? All good?
Yeah.
Really good,
what, man?
Good.
Yeah, what?
All good
That
for
doesn't
me.
sound good. Yeah, doesn't sound good, man. You just,
Well, I've already.
What's the matter with you, man?
I've already explained my health
Oh, I'm
on
great.
the earlier
I'm
show.
funky.
What's wrong with your health? Yeah, no, you're
Nothing wrong with my
knackered.
health. I'm perfect.
Well, that is far from the truth. Far from the truth. But we shall not dwell on that. High cholesterol. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on. But let's not
Cholesterol's
even
good
go
for
there.
you now.
No, not bad. Not the bad one you got. You got plenty of the bad one. I look so red on camera, man. I'm like, I look so red. Look, compared to Sean. Look at Sean. He's dead. Look at that, man. Oh my God. Right. So, how are you, fellas? I'm assuming good, as you already have answered
Yeah,
that. Yeah. Right on. So,
Thank you for asking.
it's just common courtesy, man. I don't really care when, it's just a comment. You just say, it's just like you saying, "Oh my God," and you're an atheist. It just comes out of your mouth like for no apparent reason. Shame on you, by the way. But already the question: what's the sketch with the gambler in Italy with fellow players? I don't know. Is there something out about Tonali that people already turned their backs on him?
No, I think you might be on about the. Best not go into it. It's pure speculation at the minute.
Okay.
That's allegedly an escort ring. That's being set.
Ooh. Hey, let's not get into that because Win will get excited. Anyways, Chris, the beetroot. I love me some beetroot, man. It's good for your blood out here. Get some beetroot in there. Boki, how are you, mate?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing good.
Is it sunny in America?
It is very sunny and very hot. Very hot. It's actually
What can
76
tell?
degrees. It's not really that hot, actually. But it feels pretty hot. Now, imagine when it gets to
70 degrees,
90.
did you say?
Yeah, 76.
So it's not really
Fahrenheit.
that hot.
No, it's not really that hot. No, Fahrenheit. It's like perfect weather, man. Technically, but it's gonna be hotter and
It's
hotter.
freezing
but it's
away.
just-
Yeah.
Are you guys cold over there?
Oh, I've had the
Not
washing
warm.
out the day.
Oh man.
I've
Which,
had
by the way, I
rain.
don't know
That's
what.
the north wind. That's what it is.
Not warm.
Rain. You guys hang your clothes out there, which is insane, man. Come on, man.
Imagine
start
poor wins. Imagine poor wins
modernization,
neighbours.
man.
I'm saying
Oh,
imagine
wait.
poor wins neighbours with his wife fronts on the line.
Oh my
Long
God! All
John,
stained
man, Long
underwear.
John.
He got them stained underwear hanging, man. Come on, man. This dude, man, is criminal, man.
That was
Yeah, anyways.
my carer. The nurse came and said to me, carer, "Oh, we need
Your
a
nurse?
sample." I said, "We need a sample of Wynn's stool, urine,
Uh.
blood,
Woo-hoo.
and semen." And she just gave him a pair of dirty underpants.
Said you've got no chance for semen.
Fools little wankers.
Literally, actually. I got need chance with the last part, man. But anyways. Right, so Newcastle United, what can we talk about? We got another hour and a half of BSing. So I guess let's all BS together. And as says Boki now, we have proper sense. There you go. The Boki fans have been out there, by the way, in marching for Boki. And but you've been vindicated, or should be vindicated. I think that you're very, very adamant about Eddie Howe. And but nobody can say you're wrong based on the facts this season. Nobody can say that. Not even Wynn can argue that. But Roy was heated yesterday when he was speaking, about that. But there's nothing really we can do about this. It's been decided. I'm pretty sure, it's not confirmed, but it's been decided that Eddie Howe is going to be the man to address the summer window that I want to talk about. There's first of all, let's talk about the Adidas kit. That's been a lot of fans want to know when it's going to come out. When did you say you love the shirt?
Yep.
Yeah, and most fans with common sense hate it. So, I saw it. I don't even know
Just 'cause
to
it's
take
different.
these. Yeah, exactly. But they're all different every time. They have to make They have to make it different, or else it's going to be the same thing over and over. It makes no sense from a business standpoint because you have to sell them. So, but when is it going to be revealed? If they follow what they did last year, they would have to reveal it at the end of, against West Ham, right? If they follow the last game of the season, which, by the way, I don't even know if it makes sense, to be honest. Well, it makes no sense. I think that it would make more sense, or it would be a great build-up to just debut it the first game of next season. I don't know when they came out with this last season thing, last game thing, the season prior. I think it's a bit of a spoiler thing, in my opinion. But what do you guys think about that, Benjamin? Thank you for the super chat. I'm Boki in now, like always have been.
I'm Eddie Howe now.
Yes, mate.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
There you go. But Boki, a lot of support for Boki internally and externally, amidst the ongoing attempts of Mighty Wind to ban him from the channel. He has not succeeded at that. I'm just playing, by the way. He hasn't done that. But that doesn't mean he's not thinking it. Doesn't mean he's not thinking it. But anyway, so the Adidas kit, I'll try to pull it up and try to find it. I mean, honestly, there's so much going on with Newcastle United in much bigger and more important things that a shirt design, unfortunately, because the new kit, the new stuff, the sweaters, the everything that comes out, even up to 6 months from now or a little bit longer, was exciting to think of. I wanted to get the old retro sweater that got sold out. I had to get the shirt lookalike thing of it, and Win got me the other one. It charged me, a 300% interest rate on that. We're not going to talk about that, but it was exciting. Now fans feel, the new shirt is going to come out. That's part of it. But if they come out with more stuff around for sale, fans feel like it's just, the club, they're trying to make money and there's nothing on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? So to me, there's not much excitement from what I can read or see about the new kit. It's about how are we going to deal with these players leaving, players that need to come, the manager question, that not winning games. All of that is the bigger fish to fry that we need to take care of, as opposed to, getting excited about this kit. But what do you guys think about it? I'll try to pull it up and see what people are whinging about. What do you think, Win? You love it?
There's the Borky fan club in, first of all. Borky likes Jefferson being right all season.
There you go, baby.
Hey, there you go.
But
Cheers,
like I say, I love the new. I love the barcode kit, the original barcode kit that most people hated, but I absolutely loved it. And this is a bit like that, except it's sort of symmetrical. It's got it goes wide in the middle and narrow on the outside. No, I think it looks good. I love the blue epaulets. The blue trim, which always looks good, I think, on a Newcastle top. And on our logo, of course. And I just, I like it. I think it looks smart. It looks tight. Looks modern.
Right.
There you are. You didn't know I was a fashion critic, did you?
No, I never thought I was going to be on a show when you say it looks tight. That's a new lingo, but so even Sean is laughing at it. Come on, man. Any of you guys, Boki, do you have any?
Was the word I meant.
Yeah.
I don't know how to follow that up, really.
I want Newcastle United strip to be proper black and white stripes. Sorry. That
right.
That's what we are. We're the black and whites. We're not the bloody barcodes. It's awful to me. I would just want proper black and white stripes on the top. You know, that's our identity. That's not our identity. One black stripe down the middle, and then looking like a barcode.
This is what
the rest of it.
Who stuck them outside the standard?
And do you know, I think the worst thing is going to be with this. Are we going to have another? We've got another away kit coming out. I know that. Are we going to have a third kit this season? Because if we are, that's absolutely. If we haven't got Europe, that's terrible. Because, you know, if you can get through a Premier League season easily with 2 strips. If it's a third strip as well, that is just simply a ka-ching making a money sort of thing.
That's actually a very good point.
You do have to have a third
Third kit is the best one.
It's obligatory to have the third strip, but
Do you have to have a third quit?
Yeah.
Quit. Yeah, but a quit now.
Third strip you have to have.
Well, no, but do you? I don't know. We got to check the rules, because I think that if you just switch the shorts around, that might do end socks. So I don't know.
I think it's pretty obligatory.
No, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Especially since they changed the rules about the back panels. That the back panels have got the number has to be sort of immediately clear, and so the backs have got to be different colours as well.
Do you not think they could put the numbers on the back with a blue trim? I hope they do this next season. Put the numbers on the names with the blue trim around of it as well. So, you know, it carries on down the strip.
I think the back needs to be all white, and then the numbers all black, and the numbers need to have, according to the Premier League, the same font, the Premier League's font. Better said, and so look, the top. I don't know, man. I'm not the end of the world type of guy with this stuff, unless it's absolutely outrageous. The barcode sentiment, yeah, I get it, you know. But actually, I did like the barcode once upon a time. I think that with age, they all age well. Some of them, most of them, really. I mean, what the yellow kid.
This looks much better with Bruno wearing it than when it was just some mock-up on a mannequin. I think we'll get used to it. I think it's a really nice kit.
People always get used to it. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, it'll grow on.
Becca was saying in the chat that she likes it, so I think maybe if she models it, I might like it a little bit more.
There you go. There you go, baby.
I think it'll make me look slimmer as well.
What, slimmer and tight in your case, yeah?
Oh, he'll be tight. He'll be looking tight.
I can do the tight bit myself.
When are we looking tight, man?
What you don't understand, Chris, is that tight in Geordie means drunk.
See, Sean didn't react to that. Boca didn't react to that. That means we're not. I know exactly what we're talking about, and you don't. Clearly, that's why. No, it's just a new lingo, man. You know, it looks tight. You know, when it's just a good looking shoes, man, those shoes look tight, man.
I meant to say sharp then.
I've never heard tight as meaning drunk in Geordie.
Yeah,
come on, man. Come on, the Geordies out there. Hey, Geordies out there, man. Explain, please. This dude lying in front of the Geordie audience.
You've never heard tight being used for drunk.
It's true. No? I think tight. Tight's not quite full and drunk. It's a bit tiddly. Tight. If you're tight.
I've never heard that expression.
I've never heard anybody say it. Like,
it is.
The old Geordies, man. That's the old Geordies. That's from back in the day.
Must have been a club scene.
What is to get back on point, Chris? What's a little bit annoying when you look at this kit is that if you see what Adidas have been paid a fortune for to design for Juventus's new home kit, it is a bloody lovely Newcastle kit. It's the same as the kit that Shearer wore in his last season, with the gold sponsor on the front, plain black and white stripes, gorgeous. I prefer that they've given us that one back than this one, but I still like this one. This one will grow on us. You know, but Voldemort has scored a hat-trick in the opening game of the season in the 6-0 win. Wearing that, we'll love it.
I mean, all of these will grow eventually. I mean, you know, Darren Lee, I think on the group chat was saying something. By the way, you can join our group chat. The link, mods, if you can. You put the link of the group chat, of the WhatsApp group on the chat. That would be lovely. So everybody can join and have good, candid conversations about the tune. He wasn't like, you know, he was calling it dross or something like that. I'll look it up exactly what he said. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't see it as the end of the world. Trust me, man. I'm worried about much bigger things than the kit.
There you go. It's still by that's shown straight into it. It comes from the term walking the tightrope, wobbling for your balance.
Shout out to Sean.
I didn't know that, Sean. Thank you for that.
I think what you have to remember with this kit as well is that it might be a different colour across the front as well, because Seller aren't going to be the shirt sponsor, are they? So you might have a different colour actually across the front of the shirt.
Well, that's another worry at the minute, isn't it?
No, not a worry. I mean, the CEO, from what I heard, was that he's asking for more money. So, they got to negotiate. But, I mean, it's good that they're asking for more money,
Yeah.
So 20 mil.
Tell you what, if it's Greg's, then the blue of the Greg's would go well on the front of that kit.
Oh, that would, wouldn't it?
Man.
And you'd have the yellow ribbon. You'd have the yellow ribbon.
Let me tell you something.
That would be perfect.
Let me tell you something. As much as respected as Greg's can be for being a good businessman, selling a sausage roll, making it famous in the UK. Come on, man. We can't have a Greg sausage roll in the middle. I mean, come on. I'll do the training ground. The training ground. But I guess Greg's the word Greg's wouldn't be.
Greg's is local and it's quite well respected.
Yeah, but Greg's mainstream media.
Chinese gambling company, Chinese gambling companies and payday loan companies and the busted banks, and then it was all McEwen's best Scotch before that, wasn't it? So I think Greg's would be a good sponsor.
I want to make an appeal to Greg's on this station to bring back the ham and peach stotties that they used to make.
I've never tried a stotty before.
Oh, you've got to try ham and peach.
Why? That's because I didn't have a proper tour guide when I went to the Toon.
There you go. There's the Greg Stadium.
The Greg's. Come on, man. Hey, let me tell you something. First of all, Greg's ain't got the money that we need as far as, like, if you were out to get BMW or Volkswagen or something like that, that's proper money. You know what I mean? Because they know they're worldwide. Greg's got to pay for what they got, and they're millionaires. Of course they're millionaires. They got a lot of money. But we're talking about football money. I don't know that they can pay football money, man. You know what I mean? Can they go more than 20 million a year? Can they?
No, I don't think they can.
And listen, they're rich. Don't get me wrong. Ain't got nothing to do with that. But when it comes to football, you know what I'm saying? It's a bit weird. And well, 20 million is what Sellers paying, right? Or Adidas, one of the two. I don't know how much Sellers paying 20, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Sellers, 14 million a year.
Love it.
Wait, what did you do
That's
there?
poor. That's really poor from him.
Do that again.
I heard a little rumor a couple of weeks ago that Stella's going to still be is the reason I've got a training kit sponsor is because they're going to become that, and then the new company come in and become the main kit sponsor.
Bev is there. Says Bev's showing a little bit of anger, saying that Greg's is absolutely crap now. It was good when it was a local bakery. It's 90% sauce now. What do you mean sauce though? What does that mean?
It's what's it called? Where the like subsidiaries are not actually run by Greg's as such. The people go in and like McDonald's do, where
franchises,
they have
you mean?
Franchises. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. But all of the produce comes from Greg's bakeries. It goes into the shops.
Well, I don't know, but like for example, like I mean, Burger King is all like franchises, but they got the same fries. But they'd got
to buy all of the ingredients from Burger King.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'd rather have Burger King as a sponsor. Proper Dodge, baby. Proper Dodge. Yeah. Is there Burger Kings everywhere? They got Burger Kings in the UK?
Yeah.
McDonald's. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. But do you think that it matters that, if it's tacky or it isn't, or if it fits the brand or where we want to go, do you think that has anything to do with it? Or Newcastle just saying, look, whatever brings the money, that's, that's who gets the sponsor.
Well, at the
You
end
think
of
it
the day,
works like
it's
that?
down to the sponsor, isn't it? It's do they think that the audience that
No, but it
Premier
isn't.
League attracts?
I mean, that obviously that's got to be to even start the conversation. That has to work. But Greg's can say, "I want to sponsor Newcastle United," but what if Newcastle say, we need a little more worldwide,
No, I don't think that's got anything to do with it.
or can they pay?
It's-
No, or we want 40 million. Can
Yeah,
Greg's pay?
that's the key. That's the key.
I think the problem is what you've got to look at as well is because we're probably not going to have Europe next season now, or I don't know if it's 100% we can't get it. You're not going to get particular sponsors that you would have got if we'd had Champions League potentially for the front of the shirt, because
And
they're
that's the
not going to
thing.
want to spend that money. That's the thing. You have to play at the level you're at, and that's another problem with not getting Europe is that you're not going to get those international companies particularly wanting you because it's not going to be seen around the whole of Europe.
That is the thing as well. By the way, I'll post the WhatsApp link soon, and I'll do that in a minute. That we're not taking into consideration. We're not in Europe, and we're not going to be. So I think that although, look, I don't want to criticize the CEO, right? Because the CEO needs to make money, and he needs to make that's his job, making us a big brand. But is it a little bit of not reading the room? That look, we're not in Europe, so what? Seller is going to be like, man, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're asking for more money based on what? The Premier League? Premier League is huge. Don't worry. I mean, it is huge. But I don't know that is that the focus right now, though? You know what I mean? Like trying to one-up Sella or trying to get a new sponsor when the focus needs to be on the football. If football fails,
the Premier
that's it.
League is 38 games a season. The Champions League is 10, 12 maybe.
Yeah, but the exposure,
Yeah, but
you make up for the games. You make up for the games.
It depends on what your market is.
Newcastle United need to grow worldwide, man.
Yeah,
not
but I think-
not in Gateshead. With all due respect to Sean, you know what I mean.
but
Sean, you
obviously
from
the Premier
Gateshead?
League-
No, she's not from
No,
Gateshead.
no,
Actually, he's
no.
no, he's from he's Mackham Land. Oh my bad.
What?
No,
Proves that we're wankers.
He's from Consett in County Durham.
The County Durham, Mackham Land. Oh no, man. Half and half.
Hang on. Where was Bobby Robson from, Sean?
Oh, County Durham, baby. County
Lang
Durham.
Park.
We looked at his grave the other day, a long time ago, actually, not the other day, where he was, right there in County Durham, baby.
Exactly.
And sorry about that,
Lang
Lynn.
Park.
Sean is from down south, says
Absolutely.
that. Oh, he's from down south, man. He's a sand dancer, baby. He might as well be from South Shields. No, but the good thing is, one thing about Sean, they're the ones, and the people in the surrounding areas, they're the ones in the front line, baby. They're the ones putting up the good fight for people like Wynn and Gosford, who ain't got a clue of what the real good fight is down there against the Mackhams. Because, he is taken care of in Gosford. He walks around like nobody's business. People like Sean are the one fighting the good fight. So, needless to say about Ian. Ian, you're in York, right?
Ribbon.
Yeah, York, yeah. So I've got
Yeah. So
I've
you're
got
knackered.
Leeds and Middlesbrough as well as Sunderland to contend with.
There you go.
It's all right. I can contend with them.
Yeah. And I know firsthand their rivalry because we went down there to see the cathedral. The bus driver was a Mackham. He didn't even want to look at us, nor let us in the bus. So, it's okay. But we got bigger fish to fry, man. And let me tell you something. The DOF is not going to be doing it by himself. He can't. We got so much stuff going on. And it's underrated by all of you out here because nobody's saying nothing about it. You guys don't. You guys think it's going to be an amazing time? Kumbaya. We're going to sign all the players we want, and everybody's going to stay. I'm telling you, man, it's not. It doesn't look good. So trying to get more money is always good, but is that the focus we need to be working on to be 2030 project? Maybe it is. Help me understand, because the CEO triples down and quadruples down every time he's asked about it. I mean, at this point, if he went back, it would be a surprise, and it would probably look like a proper you know what? So maybe the only option he has is to just keep saying it. 2030, 2030, 2030. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, with 2027 next season, and if you look at the team, and the team we put out at the weekend was discussed as being, the players that we've got moving forward. So, Eddie Howe made a point of saying, I've played players that are going to be in this team next season. We had a left back playing at right back. We had a central defender playing at left back, who was 33. We had Murphy on the right, who's been useless all season, let's face it. And we had Joe Linton back on the left wing. So how the hell we're going to get anywhere by 2030 when we haven't got we've had all these players signed and we're playing that type of team? So there's no chance we're getting. I think that this is the problem. That the club need to be honest with you and say, look, this is going to be a long-term project. It's not going to happen in 5 years. It's going to take another 10 years to get this club to where we want it to be. We can discuss stadiums, we can discuss training grounds and things like that.
And kits.
But to get there, you've got to spend money to do it, and that's what we're trying to get into the club.
Well, with that being said, though, because it would be fair to point out that the CEO, I guess, is looking for more money, as opposed to what people complain that we're going to launch another Adidas retro to get more money from fans, which is something that they complain about. I mean, Niall on the chat was saying, I'm not buying another kit unless the manager is sacked, which is, something that he chooses to do. I mean, I'm assuming, I don't know that many people will just say, I need Eddie Howe sack for me to buy another kit, but I think that the results are not good. I think that it's a different club since Amanda was there. I'll admit to that. I didn't share a tear when Amanda left, but, it seems like a different club. So not a transparent club in a lot of ways. So that means that, the fans are not too happy, to say the least. And some of them have been voicing, even before the confirmed draws that we've seen on the pitch, there's too many of these kits coming out back to back to back, and not a lot of looking money somewhere else. So maybe we're not being fair to the CEO who is asking for more money to sell.
There's nobody got an arm up your back saying you've got to go and buy them.
But let's face it as well, there's money being spent on the pitch on players. So there is we can't argue the fact that there's not money being spent by the club. In regards to the kits, yeah, all clubs want to make money, but let's be honest, I bet you all on this panel still bought club shirts when Ashley was in charge. We still wanted the black and white tops that you were playing that they were playing with. So it's a difficult one because
you didn't buy one.
Well, you're not a proper fan, but I'm seeing all the proper fans on this panel bought shirts when Ashley was in charge.
RSL coming at me. I'm fuming this yank beetroot, mocking Sonny's Sooth Shields. What else is that? Outrageous. Is Sonny down there in South Shields? No, come on. All of the UK is great, man. Don't lie to me. That's one thing you ain't got weather. Good weather. Come on. Oh, no, Southampton. That's why Alan Shearer has a house in Southampton. Maybe because it's a bit sunny out there. Sunny in 75? Or are we knockers still in South Shields? Come on, lads. If you were rich in the UK, what would be if I'm rich in America, I'll buy a house in Florida, I'll buy a house in LA, whichever's closer, for the sunny weather, for the beaches. And I said beaches with a B-E-A, chess, beaches. And, what would it be if I'm a UK mogul? Where would I buy my vacation home?
In Florida?
South Shields. South Shields has got. I've got to say, South Shields has got a magnificent coastline.
Come on, man. Are they proper rich?
No, you can't have the beaches.
No, the beaches, and then what
do you mean?
Anywhere up the northeast coast, the beaches are there.
Wait, what did you say again? You can knock out with what?
You can't knock the beaches anywhere up the northeast coast.
You like the beaches?
You can't knock.
You like the beaches? You like the beaches? Do you like beaches, yes or no?
Yes.
Ain't nothing the matter with beaches?
There's No matter what. No
Proves
matter
that
what.
we're wangers.
Banani. Banani.
Hey man, this dude is
Walking on the
what's going
beaches,
on,
watching all the
man?
people.
Love it.
Dude, this is insane, man. Win is a player, man. He's a player, you know. Whitley Bay, yeah, but I'm talking about rich people, like literally, like we're the owner of, I don't know, Talksport. He's extremely rich. So where is he's from London? Where is he going to buy his vacation home? Is he coming to the north?
Spain or Tenerife or somewhere?
In the UK,
He'll buy in Florida. He'll buy in Florida and LA as well.
Well, Cornwall.
You know,
if he's that rich.
Tenerife.
Hang on.
Tenerife is nearer to us than what Florida is to you.
What about 11 Tenerife?
Let's not call out the northeast. You know, if you want somewhere nice, there's beautiful places up the northeast coast. You can buy, you know, houses and you know, what about somewhere like Rothbury or
plenty millionaire houses
like that, Bambra? Yep.
Bambra.
No. Let's go. So let's go then. No, Sir John Ho, who owns about every piece of real estate in the history of Newcastle upon Tyne. I guess he would just live in Newcastle. I mean, he wouldn't buy a vacation home in the northeast because you're right there.
Cruise.
So anywhere. That's exactly what you guys are saying.
Places in Spain, hasn't he?
Yep.
A couple of places in Spain. Yeah. Portugal. Go to Madeira. Sandbanks is back.
Sandbanks. That's Dorset on the south.
It's a better conversation than talking about the Toon, isn't it?
Where Harry Redknapp lives.
Oh, Harry.
And a lot of millionaires.
Yeah. It's Lee, you're in there. I accepted that, mate. Everybody's join. I sent you guys the link, the mod, so you can paste it on there. People can join the group chat. Big Worm says, if I won the lottery, I'd buy a penthouse on the biker wall. Yeah, I don't know. Biker gets a bad reputation, man. You know, from my perspective. Come on, man. There's not the win. I don't know about Wayne though, because he can go to rough places like the Blackwater, you know.
No matter what, Baker, Shields Road.
Come on, man. Right, so
you know the thing about Shields Road there when before the post office and the Weatherspoons opened about the bars on there.
Do I know? I've done plenty. I've done plenty bachelor nights when we've done the pub crawl from top to bottom.
No, but before the post office, before Weatherspoons, because the post office came after that. The fact is, not a single pub on the Shields Road had the actual door as the entrance on Shields Road.
Mm-hmm.
So the address wasn't Shields Road. Every pub was down the side street as the address.
I see what you mean.
See, we need to put this same panel. We're having a good time. I don't know, Ian is falling asleep.
No, the Raby's on Shields Road.
We need to put the same panel on the Friday.
Road, but the door is on the side.
We need because this is a Friday night conversation. This is a Friday night show conversation. You know.
Well, about time you got your ass into a Friday night show.
We need to have this same panel. We're going to have one Friday, by the way. Friday night show coming up Friday. We need to have the same panel. Are you guys up for it? I mean, come on, man.
I can't believe he didn't know where the pedestrian tunnel was.
Because I got some questions, pictures.
I knew exactly where it was. I just didn't know it had a wooden escalator.
Yeah. You didn't know that. And Boki, by the way, is spot on with that stuff, man. It's criminal. When you were knackered. The second, I think the second, there's only two in the world.
No, it's the oldest.
Wooden escalator.
The oldest escalator in the country.
In the world, fool, not country. Yeah. So there you go. Ian is not entertained, so let's get back to football. So before he leaves the channel completely.
I am entertained. I'm just learning. I'm making notes. Are that all the entrances to the pubs on Shields Road not actually on Shields Road?
My boy Rexter's in the chat. Whale oil beef hooked in an Irish accent. I don't know what that means, but
whale oil beef. Well, I think.
Welcome in. Yeah. So the home kit, whatever, you know. I mean, are they going to play it? Are they going to use it at the end of the season?
We need money. We need money, and the reason.
Okay, actually, let me touch on that point because you were about to bring you slid that in. Of course, you going against the fans, and you don't care about the fans. So you just said nobody is bending these people's arms to buy the kids, you know. But some people feel like they love Newcastle so much that is taking advantage of these people because they know they're going to buy them regardless of anything, regardless if it looks good, regardless of how much it is. These hard-working, blue-collar people of the Toon are being basically hypnotized into buying these kits. So it's unfair to them what the club is doing instead of looking money somewhere else. You don't care for the blue-collar people. You couldn't be bothered for them. You like to live large like Sir John Hall, Alan Shearer, and everybody else. So explain then, what's your issue with the people of Newcastle?
I don't have an issue with people in Newcastle. All I'm saying is nobody's.
You just hate that.
Nobody is forcing them to go and buy a strip, is what I'm saying. I would like a Ferrari, but I'm not going to go and buy one because I can't afford it. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. It's a luxury.
But you know, these people that make themselves buy these probably are
that's their problem. Stop making yourself buy them.
Well, the point is, these people they're
Just
making themselves buy it.
Have a logical thought. When was the last time I had that one on?
So people, are you saying that people in the Northeast ain't got a brain? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying at all.
When I was a kid, the shirt used to change. It was a away kit one season, the next season that changed. You know, so there wasn't sort of a pressure to buy 2 kits each season. Now it's 3 kits each season. It's too much for people. For people in this area.
So don't buy them.
Don't get it.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, we're too passionate, aren't we? We're too passionate. That's what it is. We're passionate about the club. That's why we want them. To support the club. Doesn't matter how rubbish we are.
It saves them from wasting more. To spend the money on 3 kits, it just saves them from wasting the money on bad food and cigarettes, doesn't it?
Ian, the voice of reason.
The club are looking after your health by taking away your disposable income.
Buy the third shirt
instead
and put back on your
clothes. How much fast food and cigarettes
this season?
How much fast food and cigarettes can you buy with like 300 quid that retro sweater costs? I mean, imagine if you win, we shall not divulge any private illegal activities from any of the panel members, but if you win with 300 quid, man, you buy 2 years worth of supplies. So, you know what I mean? All I'm saying is buying one shirt, you have to admit that Newcastle fans, like Sean was saying, they're passionate. They want to go out there and support the team. You know,
and
putting out
all
like
that is
kids.
ego.
Oh my God, man.
Ego
so now
from
they're
the fans.
It's the same with trainers these days, man. You know, you see kids with 50 pairs of trainers. Amrit's got 120 pairs of trainers. It's crackers because they want to have the latest one and be king of the walk, you know.
Yeah, but those are the ones that pay you know, for these things, for the club.
Smashing.
That's what.
But they can afford it. They can afford it.
No,
if they can't afford it, don't do it.
Yeah, but what if they don't do it?
When did self-control disappear out the window?
But
why do you need a nanny state or a nanny club to tell you?
What if you've got kids? You know, your kids are massive Newcastle fans, and they want to have the latest kit.
You're right.
Just saying one a season isn't bad. 2 a seasons a bit much. 3 a season's ridiculous.
You just say, if you want them, get yourself a paper round, go out and work for them.
You're missing the point, man.
But I don't think I am missing the point.
Yeah, but you are, because these are the people you're talking about. Don't spend it.
Now we know Wayne says if any kid wants the shirt, you got to get a paper job. Now we know what
exactly.
He means.
There you go. If you're a kid, exactly. If you're a 7-year-old, you better go out there and get a job at a factory somewhere.
Hang on. No, we'll have them back up the chimneys. If you want that kid, get them back up the chimneys. Get the chimneys swept.
Win wants to have them kids running around with their whores, getting metal and scrapping and all that. Like with that video we showed, yelling around the Toon. Come on, man. Win. Literally, a kid's kit costs almost about as much as an adult shirt. That's criminal, man.
Don't
so a young bairn,
You know,
Get-
say
Tell
no.
us your-
There's such
Give
a
your
word
kids
in
the
the English
choice.
language as no.
You
No,
can have
you
a
can't
kid.
have it. You can have it for your birthday. You can have it for Christmas. You don't get it just because it's come
But
out.
when even that is a lot of money for a lot of people in the northeast. They even saying have it for your
Right,
birthday, have
so
it
and
for
if you
Christmas.
can't
There you go.
afford
It's
it,
too
don't
much for the
buy
parents.
it.
So
Don't,
then you
well,
see-
don't buy it.
But then you see, for me,
So
because a lot of people might not want to get, a lot of people can't afford a season ticket, so they'll pay and put in for buying a kit. Stuff like that, we'll try and help that way as well. But
So you're saying when that Sean brings up a good point. You're saying that if the club raises up 10% of season ticket every year, and they complain, and the trust gets involved, and they try to see after the fans, and they're upset about it. You're saying screw them. They can't afford it. They don't pay. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's how much
So
it costs to get a Premiership point now.
Didn't we-
That's not the point, man. Answer the question.
That's exactly the point. If you want to compete, you've got to have money.
But shouldn't this money or be quicker obtained if you actually go the route that the CEO might be going with, is asking for more money for these sponsors?
Well,
you don't think
that's part of the revenue stream, yes?
No, that's the large part of the revenue stream. You're not going to be a rich club due to fans. It ain't going to happen.
Well, all of the top
Unless you're
six
Real Madrid
are a
or
lot
something.
richer than we are.
Because they expand worldwide.
No,
Most of
because they charge more for their seats and they've got bigger stadiums.
You can't tell me that Man United makes more money than us because they got more people in Manchester that are Man United fans or more people buying their kids. The people buying their kids that are making the money are worldwide people because they're known worldwide. They've grown worldwide. That's why. Not because charging more people in Newcastle, man. Come on. I mean, listen.
If we get a 70,000 stadium, yeah, how many people's on the waiting list now to try and get a season ticket? And then if we get a 70,000 stadium, you're going to have another big waiting list, aren't you? But that want that, so money's going to come in anyway. That's why people buy the shirts, don't they, or buy the little merchandise and cups and scarves and pens.
I mean, to be honest, I want to be balanced. You know, people call me a shit stirrer. I'm not a shit stirrer. I'm just balanced here. That Fulham, I think they charge more for a season ticket than we do, which is insane because Fulham, with all due respect, they're Fulham. But Newcastle United, I mean, but is it because of the area that people can't afford it in the Northeast as opposed to in London? That has a lot to do with it. Wynn doesn't care about people in the Northeast. He could care less. You know, he wants out here. He wants everybody. You got the corporate vision, man. And that's unfortunately, that's not what the Toon locals, and I say locals, of course, with a season ticket, but when it comes to merchandise as well, just because you're a fan outside of the UK don't mean that you're rich. So stop looking at graphs, man. Answer the questions.
I'm just out of interest looking to see. I've just taken Man United. They're the biggest.
We are not.
And just seeing what their home sales versus international sales.
It doesn't want to answer the question.
And by the way, RSL.
What I'm saying is,
it doesn't answer the question.
It's loud and clear and very, very simple. Don't buy stuff you can't afford. Say no to your kids.
So you think that everybody that watches or is interested in football can afford to do it? You think that
what I'm saying is, if you can't afford to do it, don't do it.
It became
no.
It became the world's biggest sport because of the blue collar people, man, that played it, that joined it. Most of footballers.
What's that got to do with what we're talking about?
It has to do because you can't say let the people that can pay for it, the rich people, focus on football. Everybody else priced out. You can't do that, man.
If I get priced out of my seat at St James's Park, it will not stop me being a Newcastle supporter.
Well, nobody's saying that.
No, I can just watch it on the telly, which
nobody's saying
able
that.
to do at one time.
And by the way, RSL says Wynn would be a harsh landlord. Sean, you're right. He is a landlord, and God save and keep his tenants safe, because he is
As long as they pay
3
their
times.
rent, my tenants are the best looked after in the country.
Oh man, look, he is knackered. But to be fair to him, the last tenant we shall not speak of, but Win was knackered, man, to say the least. Ain't that right, Win?
Can you just flip this on, Win? You imagine being a little lad in the northeast, you know, you live in, say, where I'm from Howden, say Howden, Wilton Key area. All your mates have, you know, got a Newcastle United top, and all you want is a Newcastle United top. And because your parents aren't as rich, they're completely out of even getting you one.
Yeah.
You know, kids' tops shouldn't be as much as adults' tops. You know, there should be something there to make it fair for, you know, kids who aren't from affluent areas. We know the area. Well, it does. We know the area. If you're in Chelsea, or if you're at Fulham, or if you're at Tottenham, we know they're bigger areas. They've got money. People in the northeast.
How do you know they've got
not
money?
Everybody,
Bogey, the kids.
Not everybody's got money. Not
kids in
everybody's got
Howden
money.
So not everybody can have a top then? It's
Some
simple.
them kids. So
But what is the ratio of people having money and people not having money, man? You're gonna be a poor club. Ian, go on.
The kids in Howden and Willington Key will be out shoplifting the shirts anyway, won't they?
Well, definitely, but you know.
My point is, because I mean, generally speaking, I'm 100% with Sean there. I came from a big family of 8 siblings. We could never afford anything new back in the day. That taught me I have to save if I want something. My kids are the same. They buy what they can afford. Of course,
when you get it, you appreciate it that much more.
Of course, the sentiment overall is the right sentiment. The problem is that you have always seen
everybody
big.
Wants to give
No.
away for
I'm saying no, not for nothing, man. But let me tell you something. A sweater, a retro sweater, costing 300 quid. I'm sorry, it ain't worth that. It's a huge amounts of profit being made there.
So you don't buy
Right. I get it. Don't buy it is the solution. But it ain't going to be the first time that a big corporation is just hugely inflating prices for the sake of it. You know what I mean? And when it comes to football, you can't take sentiment out the way, man. You know, it's not the same as, okay, I can't afford a car, I'm not going to buy it. It's not the same. Football is ran by the fans, and they're not all 100% rich. Don't get it twisted. That's all I'm saying, man. I mean, Ian, here's the thing. Ian and you, I mean, somebody commented on there. There we go. Win has done well, and he was around when the house was 20 quid. So it's it's a tough life for kids these days. 100%. You know, Ian got a business. You know, when Ian, I gotta send Ian a transaction or something. He's got his LTD there. He's a business owner. Mighty Win. He's a slumlord. You know, so he gets rich people's blue card people. But the other people growing up, man, working as a bartender, working at the Shark Club, they're knackered, man. So how about we?
Poor souls.
Come on, it's tougher now than it was back then. Yes or no?
Shut up, man. They don't know that phone.
Proves that we're wankers.
Sean will have a say in the chat, of course. But I'm just saying, Ian, you got something to say? Sitting in your York Palace with your Ferrari. You're muted, man.
My business doesn't make any money, Chris. I finance my business because I like sitting there all day.
That means it needs to go. It needs to get going ASAP, man. If a business ain't making money, you better get rid of it.
It needs David Hopkins.
I'll tell you what it is, Chris. The truth is that I buy all the things I like and put them in a shop because then nobody suggests any treatment for my shopping addiction. Because if you call it stock, nobody questions how much you buy. If I bought it all and brought it in here, I would be under treatment from 2 or 3 different psychologists.
There you go. Listen, we dwell on the top of it. I mean, we talked about the finances, which is good. And generally speaking, of course, if you ain't got money, don't do it. I agree with that. And even with the season tickets, I've actually agreed with that. I agree. The club needs to make money. I'm just saying there's a reason why fans are whinging about it. But that money you're speaking of to be the best in the world is not going to happen with the fans Newcastle has now. It has to be. It will come from fans eventually, like Man United, like Man City, like Real Madrid. But you need to grow worldwide before the fans sustain the club. It is not going to happen with the fan base we got right now. So you need to get this money somewhere else.
To them families that have saved and scrimped and managed to buy the kids' shirts, and Newcastle United went out, bought a Langer and Wisser. You know, what do we say to them? What do we say to them? Well done, you know, you give us the money to go out and buy great players, and we got you as a Langer and Wisser. Put their names on the back of your kids' tops.
Proves that we're wangers.
Funny enough, I was walking to the last match, walking along past the RVI, and there was a kid there with an Alanga top on, and I pulled him. I pulled him. I said, "I bet you're regretting getting that name on the back of your son." And he went. His mom just looked at us and laughed.
So there was a Q&A on the Athletic by Chris Wolf, journalist covering Newcastle United. So it's interesting because I like to try to do all of it, but we'll go see, because obviously he's a journalist. They usually have inside information. Of course, they put their opinion on there. Some of these questions, of course, we're all Newcastle United fans, so they are relevant to what we would like to ask or not. So it'd be interesting to know what he's saying based on this information. And the first one, of course, was the kit, which we're trying to move away from, but let's just answer that one, or go through it. Somebody asked, any idea on when this hideous barcode design strip will be released? Has there been fan consultation during the design process? Will it be time for a release with a new front of shirt sponsor that we've been looking at, according to Joseph M? That's the name of the person. First of all, do you guys think that it should be a fan consultation about these? I mean, should it be a consultation about the stadium? You know, there are all these consultations that Win has gone to, and I always think that the club is going to do whatever they want. But do you guys think that the fans should be involved? I don't think it's ever happened, though. I mean, or if it does,
there's nothing wrong with them sounding the fans out. But the bottom line is, it's all going to be business driven. Simple as that. So and that's right.
This dude is
end of the day, a massive decision like the stadium. You can understand them sounding fans out a little bit on that, but for a shirt, I think you've just got to go with it, haven't you? You've got to let the club decide what they want to do. Yeah, we could have fans discussing everything if you want. Then we'll turn into Parliament.
Yeah. Which is funny to watch the UK Parliament, by the way. Everybody gets grilled. I like it. Sean?
I absolutely agree with what Borgie says. Like,
yeah.
Ian?
Got you. Certain things, yeah. Ian, of course, I'm assuming you will go with the corporate vision of Mighty Win. Screw the young kids. And
well, do you know what? I think you sit back and you let Adidas put forward their shortlist of the shirts that they've designed for you, because you're trusting that their in-house experts are understanding of the spirit of the club, and they'll only produce the stuff that the fans will like anyway. And I mean, they haven't really produced any really awful kits for us, but they've produced some that we really, really love. So I'd trust them to bring a shortlist through, and then, you know, this is out there. This barcode kit is out there, but I love it. Win loves it. There's people in the chat saying it's fabulous because it's a little bit different. It doesn't mean we have to lose the black and white stripes forever. We're just going to play in this kit next year.
Yep. There you go.
Go ahead and win an FA Cup wearing it. We'll want that kit for ages. You know what I mean?
There you go.
This is tell you what it is.
Just for comparison, by the way, annual merchandise shirt revenue last season: Man United 172 million, Arsenal 151 million, Liverpool 148, Tottenham 102, Chelsea 95, Man City 88, and Newcastle in 7th place 35.
Yeah.
Davey.
So
a third of the 6th team, and a fifth, 20% of Man United.
David Boy, that's just, I don't care what shirt design, they need to win games. That's more important. I agree with that. That's what I said. We got bigger fish to fry.
Entirely.
We got bigger fish to fry. Wolf said the new release kit, Newcastle released their kit in 25-26 ahead of the final game last season, which I thought was weird. They will do likewise this year. I am unsure because, will they do likewise this year? He says he's unsure because they would need to do so this week, given that West Ham is their last home game. While at Fulham, they will wear an alternative strip due to the West Londoners playing in white. So, I mean, I don't know if we're talking about a new sponsor though. Probably wouldn't. I'm thinking it won't happen because if you don't want that new sponsor to have that new kit picture, I guess that's probably what the new sponsor would say anyway. I don't know. Like I said, we got bigger fish to fry in my opinion. The next question here from Davey T. I wonder if it's Davey from. Well, we got a Davey T in the chat as well. So I wonder if it was that said. Have you heard anything concrete on potential outgoings, or are things still in state of flux? He says the exact blueprint for Newcastle summer window does feel like it is in a state of flux, partly because they could theoretically still get to Europe, which would affect business to a degree, although it seems highly unlikely they will, and also due to the uncertainty over the future of certain players. Gordon is destined to depart, seemingly with the blessing of just all parties involved, as long as Newcastle can recoup close to their valuation, which is believed to be the best of £80 million. I'm telling you this, at the expense of my hard-earned reputation on this channel, we will never get $80 million for Gordon. So you'll never see me on the channel again, which I'm looking for a reason not to be honest. But we'll never. So I don't. I'm telling you, nobody's paying £80 million for Gordon. Do you guys agree with that? Please just agree. Come on. We're wasting our time.
The problem is,
I think the 60 million euros, which I've also heard is too low. But I think if we get, if we want 70 million and we get offered 65 with a few add-ons, we'll take it straight away for Gordon. I heard today that Munich are after Livramento as well. He looks like he's going because he won't sign another contract.
Want a bidding war.
So it might be a double deal before the World Cup.
The problem with Gordon is the fact that it's obviously he wants to go, and the club are agreeing to let him go. So in regards to that's obvious from him. Not, I mean, why against when you're looking for a goal, wouldn't you put your highest scorer of the season on the pitch if he's fully fit, which is what's been said. So that's the big issue. So I think if you get offered anything over 65, 70 million, you just let him go.
Yeah. I agree with that.
The beauty with Gordon is that there's more than one club interested in him.
No, there isn't, man. This is Bayern Munich, and there were talks about Barcelona 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Arsenal, you've never seen the report on Arsenal.
What you want though is to flog them at the end of the window. Sorry, at the start of the window, so get them sold before the World Cup. Because if that little shit bugger's off and gets injured at the World Cup and we're stuck with them, then that's no good for anybody.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think either we're selling before the World Cup, but some people are going to be looking to sell them after because we'll have a great World Cup. And if England do win the World Cup, that's going to put more value on them. That's the gamble we're all taking.
Only an Englishman will be talking about England winning the World Cup, because outside of England, ain't got anybody thinks. But I'm sorry about that. To be fair, the US ain't no better. So let's not go there. But By the way, if he has a bad World Cup, that's going to affect him. You're only as good as your last game or your last tournament. If he bottles and never plays really the World Cup, that valuation is going to be.
See, but my argument's that chat there. We paid 55 million for Elanga, so you're telling me if we get 60 million, do you know what I mean? Gordon's a better player.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, we are knackered on every way we look at it because we paid for Elanga 55. Technically, Gordon. Actually, matter of fact, I disagree with you. I agree that he should be valued more than Elanga. Tell me what Gordon has done more than Elanga. Nothing. Sure. Had one great season, both of them, one great season in their respective clubs, and that's that. That is that. What more? Explain. No, Elanga. No. He hasn't won. He got sent there by Man United. You know, he had one. But either way, so you're basically proving my point. Gordon was been knackered the whole time, getting himself sent off before finals. That's just facts, man. So you were about to say, "Shut up, man." But then you told me I was right because Elanga had to.
Do you know what I think? Gordon should be at the manager's door now, absolutely trying to bang it down, absolutely going nuts, going, hey, look, I might be away in the summer, but I'm your best player or one of the best players that you've got.
But he won't,
and I'll do things for you on the pitch. You know, he's not. He's basically just sat back and says, hey, if you're not going to play, that's fine because I get me move away at the summer.
He won't because he's petulant. He's not bothered. He's not bothered about Newcastle. Newcastle's knackered, man. Gordon is a proper businessman. You know, just like what Wayne is trying to do with the fans. You know, alienate the blue collar fans of Newcastle, and all the rich kids need to enjoy. You know, that's what he wants. That's Gordon. Gordon is like, I'm a businessman. This club is knackered. The season's knackered. Next season's knackered. I'm out. I don't care about playing for a little Newcastle. You know, I'm out. I want to be in Miami.
No loyalty now, is there? There's no loyalty.
No, well, you better believe it.
Gone.
There's no loyalty at all.
But as a professional footballer, just for your professional pride,
I agree.
Do not be wanting to bang down. As I say, bang down a door and say, look, I want to play. You know, I get I'm going to be away in the summer, but I want to play football. I'm a professional footballer. Instead, he just goes, oh, that's fine. I'll brush my hair or do something like that on the bench. You know, it's disappointing.
We don't know that either.
We don't know what. His hair definitely gets brushed. Have you seen how nice it is on the bench?
That he hasn't had words with Eddie saying, hold on, how we're not playing. And Eddie's turned around and said,
for God's sake.
Because you haven't committed to the club, so you're not playing.
Well, I mean, I think that could be what's going on. By the way, I've seen Rockstar.
By the way, Elanga, 2 seasons at Forest, 36 games in 23-24, 5 goals, 9 assists, and 24-25, 38 games, 6 goals, 11 assists. So 14 goal involvements one season, 17 goal involvements the next season.
By the way, I've
rubbish.
Sorry, it took me a minute. I accepted everybody from the WhatsApp group. It should be other mods that should be able to accept people, and it's good to do some because there's some people that like to scam that want to join the WhatsApp group. Wynn has taken an odd route, a right way of doing it to verify these are fans. He messages them privately. If you're a lass, we're not. I don't know what he's messaging you privately, but if you're a lad, he will ask you a question about the Toon. When did
you start supporting the Toon?
No, that's not what you asked. Excuse me.
Who was the manager?
We got HR. We got HR complaints from Wayne because.
And who was Newcastle's only world record signing?
He asked some question, man, about who was Newcastle world. Like, what are you doing, man? People don't just know that stuff.
If you're a Newcastle fan, you don't know that Alan Shearer was a world record.
Who was the third goalkeeper in the Ferris Cup? Ain't nobody got a clue about that, man.
Well, that's,
so let's be balanced.
As usual, now you are being ridiculous.
No, because you asked some tough questions.
As is your want.
All you got to do is, I don't know who. Did nobody slime to play for the club or something like that? Or what if they're young? Where's Miggy from?
When did you start supporting? Man. Who was your favorite player then?
Yeah, but you were right when you said, "Well, it ain't David Beckham." Well, you goes, you're right.
And when you get an answer come back that says David Beckham, membership refused.
I've heard one of the I've heard one of the questions is, are you a happy clapper or are you a bedwetter? And if you're a bedwetter, you've got no chance. Jeff has D-Man and the doc tried to get back in the chat, and there was no chance for them.
The happy clappers have the happy clapper has taken over. Also because the bedwetters have given up the fight, which I never thought I would see the bedwetters give up the fight against the happy clappers. It's unbelievable, man. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. It used to be bedwetter, mayhem. It wasn't. It was Win against the world. Now Win has made it into a socialist, happy clapping world. Yeah,
exactly.
Do you know what the problem is?
There's no point. There's no point screaming on about getting Eddie Howe out when you've been told he's not going.
Yeah, but that's why they have.
But just on that, the happy clappers are. Sorry, just on that. You get if you come on here and you're honest about things, you get called that you've been a broken record. The problem is it's been the same issues all season. So what you're meant to come on here and say, you've got to say it's the same issue over and over again in game management.
No, but when it comes to football,
yada.
But no, no. Still, my dad says Wayne asked me a question. When I wanted to join, I was embarrassed to take a picture of it and show it to him.
Love it.
Ooh, boy, there you go, man. That's what Becca said. I'm not joining that group. Becca's not joining that group. Becca, are you in there? I think she's in there. But anyway, so Gordon, he's going to be going. Korean Trippier, he says, is already leaving as well. He's announced that. Fabian Schär and the other out-of-contract players are expected to follow, while Aaron Ramsdale's loan move from Southampton is almost certainly not going to happen and may be made permanent, which everybody thought it was, by the way, for a long time. Quite honestly, I don't know why it hasn't. Permanent, is a big word, but he hasn't done anything, in my opinion, to not be. He hasn't been given a chance, really. And when he's given a chance, has he really done poorly? You know what I mean? To say he won't, I think he would still be a good backup dancer to the main one that we need to get. Whether he'll like that or not, look, you're going to be a starter at Southampton knackered, or you're going to be a part of the team in a team that somehow want to be in Europe next season. Then he has to make his choice, but
to be honest, I think
Southampton could be back in the Prem next season because they're winning 2-1 now.
Made forward.
Yeah, but where are you gonna get the proper dose, man? And be in Europe potentially. You know what I mean? So
I think for 16 million, he's not a bad bet, especially if the interest from Leeds in Pope has got any wheels to it. Because if we could sell Pope for whatever 5 million, 10 million. Then Ramsdale for 16 million as a backup, he'd do for me.
But it's wages, Win. It's wages. What we're gonna have to pay.
Oh yeah, it's on over 100K. Yeah, that's criminal. That part.
Well,
I don't think he'd want to come as a backup, Win. I think
well,
he goes
fair
back
enough.
to Southampton and
if
his
you
first
think
choice
he
every
can
week.
do better, like I say, Southampton are winning now, so they're on course for the Prem again.
I don't understand the criticism that he doesn't save enough. I watched that highlights of that.
I don't buy that
Man
either.
Game, and he
I
made
don't
some
buy that
fantastic saves in that.
The Beve says the fact that we're after Burnley's players is worrying. Yeah, well, that is something there. Hope Hull beat them, yet another Southern team. Hope Hull beat them, but no, because Rexter was mentioning something about Middlesbrough bottling it, and how many the top 4 get promoted? No, top 3.
No, it's went to the playoffs now.
Top 2
is that right?
Promoted. Top 2 get promoted, Chris, and then there's
in the playoffs.
Millwall have made the final. Millwall made the final last night. Hull City made the final last night.
Oh, Southampton.
And Southampton are playing Middlesbrough right now.
2-1 Southampton.
And it's 2-1 to Southampton.
So Diego is excited. He was at 8 p.m.
They're in the 3rd minute of extra time.
Oh man, I look. I won in Middlesbrough was top of the league, man. Talk about bottlers, man. They were top of the league a good while.
Well, listen, this is
and
just the. Oh, is it the first leg?
No,
is
it's
this
the
the first
No,
leg?
second
no,
leg.
sorry, it was 0-0 the first leg.
What's the
wasn't it?
aggregate?
Second
Oh,
leg,
wait,
yeah.
wait a minute. What's the aggregate? Oh,
The aggregate's
2-1,
2-1.
the
It's 2-1 Southampton. The aggregate.
Oh, we're knackered then. Because I wanted Middlesbrough to be on and have another derby. Because Leeds don't want us to be their derby, so they don't even claim any, and we don't claim them. And the Mackhams are the only ones that get all the attention.
The only good thing about Middlesbrough's not going up is that we don't lose Ian from the channel because he'll keep supporting Newcastle instead of deflecting it to his local team.
There you go.
There you go.
I won't go to Middlesbrough.
Hey.
I'm not Middlesbrough.
That's a low blow.
He'll never
That's
be
a
a
low blow.
smug.
A smuggy.
That was a joke.
Joe Willock is entering the final year of his deal, and Newcastle will listen to offers, says Chris Wolf, with midfield replacements already being closely monitored. And had they been able to sign Patrick Zabi from Reims in January, he would have been the successor. I never even heard about this guy, although he is now heading to Paris FC. Joe Willock should have been sold when Fulham wanted him. We didn't let him go. For what specific reason, I ain't got a clue, because he didn't make us, or he didn't do anything. So, there's a thing with the club. Either the club making these decisions, or Eddie Howe saying, I don't want to sell Willock. Willock is a great player for me. But it makes no sense either or, because Fulham wanted to pay how much? I forgot the price now.
It was 50, it was rumored to be between 15 and 20.
I mean, it's criminal not to accept that offer. You know what I'm saying? So,
but it's not because we kept him because we managed to get into Europe. So the reason for
no, we kept him at the this
is a wind up. This is a wind up, Chris. We kept him because we got ourselves into Europe and we did well. We had to have a big squad to do that. That was the argument at the time.
But he's got a point though. No, don't do theatrics. Answer the question. Why did we keep? By the way, you just literally said you agree that it's criminal to keep him. So why you disagree?
I was screaming to get rid of him.
Why are you mocking? Why are you disrespecting, diminishing Boki as a panelist for his take when you literally agree with him?
Well, because the reasons that he's given that I'm yawning at.
Okay, so all right, disrespectful to the other member of the channel.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's just boring, man.
That right.
I think he was kept because we were still in Europe. We were still in Europe, and Eddie Howe is so appalling, particularly when he hasn't got a full week's training between games.
Right, there you go.
Incorporating new players into the team, and because of the injuries that we had, he needed to keep Willock because we would have run out of midfield players. That's why Willock was kept.
Well, that is exactly.
Signings have got a first team place.
There you go. That's why, Ian, you're much better than Win in any shape or form, because you're giving context. Win just likes to mock the other panelists, yawn, do theatrics. You see how you explain that? Win. There you go. You got it. All I'm saying is because now it looks like you're just
that's for you.
A Howe worshiper, man. Stop being a Howe worshiper. I know you got your shirt on that you haven't taken in 3 months. It ain't gonna make Howe any better of a coach.
Just come off the washing line today.
And there ain't no listen.
He's trying to steal
like
I had to fight 3 people off trying to steal it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is never gonna happen. That is never gonna happen.
Eddie, no, he's right. It was Eddie Howe, Jason Tyndall, and Graham Jones.
Oh no, Jason Tyndall's.
To be honest, if I ran into Wayne's washing line and there was Y-fronts hanging there and that shirt, I might pinch that shirt. To be fair.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. But by the way, if you go to Tyndall's pub or whatever place is called, you will find all the waitresses with that shirt right there that Wayne is wearing. They'll all be dressed up in uniform, accordingly.
But I tell you what, I tell you what, you won't find a black and white top because you can't get served if you've got a black and white top on.
We've had this before.
Like if you got a Toon top, you don't get served.
After the Forest match, my mate went in for a pint.
Really?
And they wouldn't serve him because he had a Toon top on.
Chris, there's loads of places in Newcastle restaurants where you can go and you're not allowed to wear football tops.
Oh, so this is not breaking news. This is not breaking news.
This isn't breaking news. No, there's
no
places.
Why are you a sensationalist, man? What the heck?
I tell you what, the barracks at St James's Park, you can't wear your football top to get in.
Well, if you go into the corporate boxes, you can't wear a football top.
In St James's Park?
So, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is bullshit. If you go into a stadium to watch a game, no, you're lying to me. Are you taking the piss?
No. If you go into
the stadium, you can have your shirt on.
But not the
what kind of sense does that make?
If you're going into
hospitality, you can't.
If I go to hospitality, I can wear a top.
No, because they exclude them so that any of the away fans that go into hospitality don't have the away shirts on.
Man, let me tell you something.
But it's a catch-all. You can't put your Newcastle shirt on either.
That is the biggest sack of shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
The only people who can afford to go into hospitality will be wearing a shirt and tie anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And they won't be fighting each other. So no, I agree, but like, come on, man, that's stupid, man. That is stupid, man. I don't know. I don't know about that, man.
Hospitality areas at St James's Park generally operate a smart casual dress code requiring smart attire such as jeans, no rips, trousers, and clean trainers. While Newcastle United shirts are acceptable, tracksuits, shorts, away colours, and fancy dress are strictly prohibited.
That's not right.
So that means that
right.
Ian and Boogie, you guys
right.
are lying to me, which it will put a fine on your pay for this month. Because I mean that is.
I stand by the 100%. Yeah, I stand by the 100%. You're not allowed to wear.
But I think it's even worse. I think it's even worse though, because he's talking about basically you gotta go like you about to go to work. You can't wear shorts. You can't do what the hell is that, man? What's all these restrictions to go to watch a football game?
If you look, even Lynn in the chat saying true, Chris. No, you pay not allowed, and you pay £700.
Newcastle website.
Where's this for, Win?
This is for in most. Zoom out a bit. In most,
I'm talking about the boxes at Newcastle.
Well, the barracks is not a box.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you go into a box, you cannot wear a football top.
Well, I've worn my top in a box many times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, because I feel like I've seen people that say they go to
no away colours.
Well, I went to Platinum. I mean, I've been to Platinum many times. So I mean, it's about the same, right?
Platinum's all black and white strips.
Well, exactly. Well, nobody's told me.
And I've been in the Bob Munger suite. I've been in the Bobby Robson suite. I've been in Lamey's box. I've been in Stan's box. Black and white shirt every single time.
Well, Platinum might be a little different.
And that is, as I say, that's their own website.
Yeah. Right. Well,
it says technically wearing a Newcastle replica shirt in a private box is genuinely accepted. So maybe
genuinely accepted.
It could be down to the discretion of the owner of the box, of course.
Yeah. So you might get to wear one, but you might not. Depends on how they feel.
Yeah. All right.
But the club aren't going to stop you, is what I'm saying.
Talk about a free world, man. You guys are knackered.
We are knackered.
I mean, tell a American football fan not to wear their top. I don't care how much money they got in this. I mean, what are you guys doing?
It's telling them what to wear all over the body. What the hell difference does it make to anybody? You don't allow
unless you're, unless you got half a, if you're a woman or a man. Some of us men are shaped a bit, where we have a little a little up here. You know, if you got stuff showing, whatever, man. But you know, I get it. But you know what I'm saying, like a tune top or shorts or you know, like what are you talking? Like, I don't understand this, man. I feel like it's weird. I don't know. You better be wise who you voted for, because we're knackered in the UK.
One thing you definitely
I don't want to get in there. I don't want to get in there. But and you know, go on, Boogie.
One thing you're definitely allowed to wear though is that Eddie Howe top, because he can't get himself out of it now.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of boxes. We got told to dress smart, no tune shirts. Says Becca.
Yeah.
What the hell does dress smart mean, man?
I'm not sure. Wynn's
wear glasses.
I'm not sure Wynn's got a shirt on. I think that's a tattoo. It's a tattoo.
Is that a tattoo across his chest?
No, my body is a temple. There ain't no tattoos on my body.
Let me tell you something. He's definitely.
No, Chris. We both met when we know his body is a temple. It's called the Temple of Doom.
The Temple of Doom, exactly. RG Fox, we cannot read that, but you can try it. The metal detectors might go off though, so you'll have to sort that out. So let me see. Somebody slagging me off on the WhatsApp group. I don't know. Oh, maybe Paul. Paul Morris. Paul Morris, he goes on. But like, freedom of speech, baby. I meant that literally when I started this. Freedom of speech reigns. Unless it's being absolutely disgraceful, then you know, obviously that's different. But people can disagree with me. I don't care. It's whatever. It's you seeing people come here and they say stuff about me, even the panelists, because I don't care. I'm tougher than a 2-pound steak. I told you that stuff don't get through me. I'm tougher than the right nose bottom. Right, Sandro Tonali, man. Most importantly, have been heavily linked with a move, and there is the decent possibility of the Italian leaving, but only if a club can meet the significant overall cost required. So see, already the language is different than Gordon. Gordon, if they meet the little valuation that they have, but with Tonali is a lot more wordage in there, which can be, which very few clubs can afford Tonali. Tino Livramento too may depart, though the fullback's injury problems may deter some suitors. The future of Nick Voltemade and Johan Wissa are yet to be resolved, and it is not beyond the realms of possibility that one or even both could leave. Beyond that, as far as the senior first teamers go, Newcastle hope and expect to keep hold of the rest of the squad, including Bruno Guimaraes. So what is your thoughts, I guess you would say, on this in particular? I mean, the Tonali thing, yeah.
I don't want to lose him, obviously, but you know.
But it feels like it would be tougher for him to leave because of what Newcastle would like to have, as opposed to Gordon. But it feels like it's already a done deal.
I'd rather lose Gordon than Tonali.
No, I think that because I think they can both go. I think Miley replaces Tonali in midfield, and we'll get the cash we need to build. I would definitely consider extending a contract for Shah to keep him rather than have to replace him. I wouldn't be averse, actually, to extending the contract for Willock, because I think this year he's been quite good when he's come on. Whenever he starts, he's played really well.
I think the only
I thought he was excellent with the Sula when they played Brighton.
I think the only thing with them extending Shaw's contract is you're just kicking the can down the road again with the defence. We need younger defenders in. We need to get.
I get that.
Younger players in.
I get that.
I get what you're saying 100%. It's going to be a tough rebuild this summer, and if maybe Shaw is one of the ones that you do keep, but if he wants a 2 or 3 year contract,
already going to have
do that, Ian.
Yeah, you can't do that. No, I would do 2 years for him. Because you might sell him after a year.
Well, I wouldn't.
Or you might sell him in January. Instead of him walking away for Nout. But we've already got to replace Lascelles and Kraft. That's 2 centre-halves we need to buy. He's not going to
worry about
Murphy
back
any
from
further
injury
in,
as
is
well.
he? I would have thought Murphy could have stepped in.
You know, do you not have worries about that?
The leg, wasn't it?
Again, because he's never had a bad injury.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And you know, will he Will he come back at this age?
He's never built his game around pace either. He's built it on being able to read the game and play those fantastic balls out of defence. I think he's what we've been missing in defence. When we've conceded more goals since bloody January than anybody else in Europe.
I think we'll
a
forget a
large
little
part of
bit.
that is because Shaw's not been playing.
I think a little bit with Shaw. We'll forget how many mistakes he made when he first came in. You know how many issues he had, and you know if as he's getting older, are those going to start to creep back into his game? Because when he first came here, I think every fan thought, "Oh, Shaw can drop a bollock at any point," but he's dropped that out of his game. But you know, then is that going to creep back in? Yeah.
No,
I'm just saying that when he comes back, is that going to, because he's
Well,
not playing, is that going to creep back in?
I agree, Bucky. You are kicking that can down the road. He does need to be replaced. But when you've already got 2 or 3 other defenders that need to be replaced this summer, no question. Because, you know, Target, Lascelles have already gone. Trippier's going. And Kraft, surely Kraft can't have another extension.
We need replacement.
That's 4 defenders we need just to maintain the numbers.
And still big players that might leave, meaning you gotta spend a lot to get them back, or replacements, quote unquote replacement, and then you still gotta fill up all these spaces that Ian is talking about. That's why it's a tough win in my opinion. We're running out of time, but we will do the chats there. Go on, Ian, finish your point.
I was going to say, as well as Willock in 1 year, is it not Murphy and Barnes are down into the last year of the contract as well? Because they either need selling or extending. Selling for Murphy for me.
I think Barnes has got 2 years. I think Willock's got 1 year.
I would. Has he?
Yeah.
If Barnes is 2, then that's fair.
Yeah.
Right. Let me see here. So let's go with Christopher Hoskins says, Chris, did you see Nagelsmann is taking clubs talks? He will sign for the right club before the World Cup. Hey, I'll be in for him. I'll be all over him like a rash at the moment.
Harvey Barnes is June 28th.
He's a proper manager. RSL fashion critic while sitting there in his Eddie Howe sexual shirt. Wayne, come on, man.
Sexual.
Wayne is knackered. Lynn, second is a black brick effect, and third, Pinky Lilac looking one. Apparently, Matty showed them. The shirts. The pink one. Wayne's going to be getting it. Wayne is going to be lining up to break that 300.
But your man to wear pink.
120. 120 is what usually costs, right? 120, 130 pounds. 130 pounds, man, for a shirt.
No, man. They're about 86. And if you get the...
Well, sorry, that would be dollars. That would be dollars. So
yeah. All the badges and the name on the back.
No, because if you get the Premier League, if you get a number, a name, and then you start getting everything else, it adds up quickly. So anyway, Phil... See, Wayne is telling me he's got the corporate thing, man. He thinks that 99 makes, he uses the point that 99 to make it look like it's less than what it is. You know, stop trying to lie, man. People are not daft in the tune. They know what you're trying to do. Phil,
I'm trying to save the money. I'm saying don't buy them.
Oh my God, man! It's just I'm telling you, man. All for the rich, man.
When Win was taxiing around the tune, he used to take them the longest route possible to get.
There you go.
Damn right. if they didn't have a Geordie accent.
Oh my God, you're knackered, man. How dare you?
Extra 10-minute journey.
Extra 10-minute journey. Phil, new shirt looks more like a training top than an actual Newcastle strip. RSL, Win is right for a change. He also says, I'm fuming this. Oh, there you go. The Yank beetroot. Which, by the way, I don't know why I look like that. I hope I don't look like that. Gavin Fuller, that's why the people should have been our number one target for UCL, because that's more important for attracting players, and wages more of a priority than playing in the UCL this year. The Bevis. Some Newcastle fans want the club to compete, but simply do not understand that the club has to become different in order to achieve it. They cannot be little old Newcastle in box with the big boys. Ads, watch out being linked with another Eddie Love child in Jaden Anthony, the player he signed at Burnley. Did he manage Burnley? Oh, it was a long time ago, wasn't it? Phil, well, if he signed him at Burnley, that means he's old right now. Or older. Phil F. Last shirt I bought under Ashley was his first season. Never bought a Puma or Castile. Castile.
Castore, the last one before.
Oh, Castore. I was about to say.
Why did I?
I remember that one. Right. Becca there. Win 100% facts. I was brought up with that. I live by it. If I can't afford it outright, I don't buy it. Gavin Fuller. Win has done well. Yeah, that's right. We did that one. 20 quid per house, man. That's when you bought your house.
First house I bought was £1,800.
That's insane, man. That is insane.
It cost $1,400 for a bathroom kitchen extension.
That's hard.
That's
£3,400 in total.
Yeah.
For a Wall's End.
Did the Titanic sink that year?
No, that was in 1970.
1970, man. That's insane.
Bloody
At
hell,
least, is that a name or is he trying to get me?
Dick Turpin. Yeah, famous highwayman.
Wore a mask unlike the modern day robbers at NUFC. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Saying at least
Brian
Dick Turpin wore a mask.
Yeah, before they took your money like that. Davey, win bullying a kid for wearing a Ilanga shirt, laughing emoji. Come on, man. That's criminal. Why would you do that, man? The little young lad trying to make his way amongst all the sharks with no money. You know what I mean? Pricing them out of season tickets, pricing them out of everything else.
He was on his way to the match, man.
Yeah, well, you never know. It's probably got lucky on the
I was walking up when he clipped the kid as well and took his sweets off him. So
yeah, you're a bully, man. You're a bully. Lynn Sims, the sponsor holding it up. I think talks it may come out after the sponsor first. Naya Powell, we ain't moving. I think with all the upgrades they're doing, as far as the stadium, maybe. That poor kid will probably
5G.
Hey, that's true, by the way. Yeah, 5G update. That poor kid will probably never recover from Wynn's cruel jive. Exactly, man. Unbelievable, man. The various Newcastle have interest for multiple
kill you
parties.
Makes you stronger.
So we can drag it out to get most amount possible. The fact so many big clubs have been watching him and decided to buy him tells a story. More comments here. Let's scroll down. A question from Rockstar. Is Eddie going to become the new Alex Ferguson?
Indeed he is. Yes.
We are knackered.
Come on, man. Lynn, true Chris, not allowed and you pay 700 quid plus. That's true. Nugget. I mean, that's insane.
For the top.
Rockstar, last but not least, try to build a decent squad with quality players, and it went tits up this season. Who's to blame? And Rockstar's, I think, Rockstar's trying to poke Boki. He's trying to get Boki going. Who's at fault? But who's at fault? Well, we already know who's at fault, really. But the person that holds the most, there's the most at fault in this scenario is going to be here next season. Is that going to be a good decision, bad decision? We shall talk about it, of course, in the upcoming show.
Lots of time in this summer.
I think, Chris, I heard...
But see, he keeps extending the deadline. Now, there's plenty. Season's not over yet. That excuse is no longer valuable. He needs to say, we'll see what happens this summer. You see, he never loses, man. Ian.
No, I'm saying we'll have plenty to talk about in the summer.
We will. Ian, go ahead, man.
I heard Antonio Mango today saying that Eddie's been kept on because PIF have kind of accepted responsibility that their chaos last summer, which just left the entire transfer window in Howe's hands and nobody else's, has contributed to the whole mess of the whole season. So that's why it'll keep him on, because he's sitting there going, well, I know it's crap, but that's not my fault that the people who were meant to do this job weren't here.
There you go.
There is an argument on that.
And I told you all long before the window that we needed to do early deals.
We ain't got their early deals. So.
But you also said when Eddie Howe has 5 to 6 has play 7 days a week to plan a match, so one game a week. He's great at it. For the last 6 weeks, he's had exactly that. And have
Oh,
we
that
played
is
better in a
one
game?
hell of a point. Hey, man, I'm telling you, that's one hell of a point that Win has no answer to, of course. And on that note, the show ends because Win is knackered. But that is something to think about, by the way.
There is no answer.
That is true. He's got to be 7 days a week to sort something out. But hey, some say that we've been playing better. We are playing better a little bit. A tiny little bit. That's not enough. But we shall agree to that. Right? It's not good enough, right, Win? Or still good enough right now?
Well, yeah, no, it's not good enough. It's a long
I
way.
think with all that time, though, he'd be able to. With all that time, he'd be able to match up the players in his squad and the positions that they have played for the rest of their career to the positions actually on the pitch that he makes them play in. I would have thought was a basic. And there was about 3 or 4 wrong on.
We gotta go. We gotta go. We'll see you tomorrow at night as well. And of course, we got a show every day. But thank you very much. I appreciate you very much indeed. We'll see you all on the next one. Away the lads.
Away the lads.
Away the lads.
Away the lads.